Hello, hello everyone. Well, that was a rough start. Let me take a sip of water here. Yeah, vegan deficiency kicks in there. Welcome everyone. Thanks for being here. Hope you enjoyed the new video premiere that we just did right before the live stream. Like I said several times in that video about this supposed 3-year vegan saying it's okay to eat chickens and their eggs, I wasn't sure if the person was being real, like if it was a joke or something like that, until I went to their account on TikTok and it was locked down. I thought they were getting so much hate for this video and maybe other videos, who knows, that she locked her account down. So I really wanted to see how she responded, but I couldn't. It was privated, so I couldn't see. So we'll see if it was real or not. Graven Babies let me know. It might have been a parody account, but yeah, we'll fact find. We'll double check that. So if I got suckered or trolled, oh well. It was a funny video to respond to, and I tried to keep my humor throughout the video as much as I could. I kind of felt like it was like John Oliver or something like that, trying to follow the logic in a humorous fashion. I wasn't like being mean or making fun of the person or anything like that. So anyway, welcome guys. Thanks for coming. This is it now. It's pretty much 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, the time we all get together and enjoy this friendly and fun and community-filled live stream. A vegan live stream that's hosted not by a sociopath, a narcissist, or a grifter. No, just a regular, nice, friendly, chill, philosophical, evidence-based vegan here is to host this live stream, and we will talk about any and all things related to veganism. She has nearly 300,000 followers. I must have been looking at the wrong account. Graven. Yeah, if you saw my screenshot at the end, it was maybe someone she was replying to. So I probably had this person's account name on TikTok totally wrong. So I guess it wasn't. I was probably looking at the wrong one. I usually on TikTok it tells you like the account name on it, but on the screen I just saw it replying to. So I must have got it totally wrong. So my bad. It's just for me. I blame it on me not using TikTok hardly ever. So I'm a total noob. A technophobe on TikTok. I don't know what's going on there, so blame it on the old man here. I probably messed it up. So what is their account name, Graven, if you don't mind sharing? I'm just kind of curious who the person was, because I really tried to do my due diligence and go to her account and read her comments and figure out if it was true. But you saw my screenshot in the video. Let me just go there really quick to my vid. 1 second here. I'll show you what I pulled up. Okay, right here.
Chickens are not animals, they're birds. They're classified as...
If you've been experiencing a lot of hate and stuff like that, I've never even heard anyone say her out for just completely privated it after a video like this. Probably got... Her account is private. See, that's who I thought the account was. This person, this Liz6222. Why did I think that? Because if we watch the video, let's just go to the beginning.
Chickens are not.
See, that Liz622 person is mentioned there, and I don't see any, like, what's that called, like the transparent layer where they have the username. Anyway, if I messed up, I messed up. It was all in good fun anyway, so hopefully there's, it's all good. If I got trolled, I got trolled, and it happens. I'm not perfect. I'm not ashamed. It's still a fun, funny video to respond to. Anyway, it's all good. So anyway, welcome everyone. Let's see. So let me see if I got any information here. Peter, you're here tonight because tomorrow you're crashing a crab festival. Well, great. Rest up. Get your, just chill out today. And yeah, we could use you because last Friday a certain, I guess he's a vegan YouTuber that I banned a long time ago, had got triggered and started throwing all his followers to come try to bully me and stuff like that. So we can use all our moderators on board. So if you could stay here, Wujita, Peter, hopefully Uncle will show up too. And we're not going to take any BS tonight, okay? If anyone comes here with a bad attitude and starts throwing personal attacks or bullying or just displaying any general sociopathic narcissistic behavior, Wujita will get out his bonking stick there and kick their asses right out of our live stream. This is a safe place, not only for your cult leader here, but for all of us. It's a community that I've carefully crafted over the months and years to weed out people who are bullies and sociopaths and narcissists and get triggered really easily and have some kind of axe or agenda to grind or anything like that. So we're just gonna be chill, nice people here tonight. And if anyone comes and just disrespects that, because remember, we have certain rules here. It's not me being a jerk or something like that. It's just, I expect basic civility. Like when I go to the gym and I talk to guys or girls, I don't talk to girls, I just talk to guys on the basketball court. I'm not trying to be sexist and exclude. I just talk to the dudes playing basketball. We're nice, we're cool. And if someone breaks that kind of unspoken contract we have of being civil in a social setting, we don't communicate with them. We don't play ball with them. We kick them out. We just don't kick them out of the gym, but we just don't let them participate in our world. So anyway, oh cool. Angie just sent me the TikToker, and I totally had her name wrong, so it's my bad. I'm a dumb old 56-year-old non-TikToker that doesn't understand the platform all that well. So anyway, let's see. So I'm just saying, we have to obey or respect each other, and that's why I came up with these rules of civility. That's rule number 1. No personal attacks, no bullying, just harassing of any kind. Rule number 2, some people like to spam or troll. We don't allow that. And rule number 3 applies only to the subset of people that come here to try to debunk veganism. Just give us one example. Just don't throw a bunch of poop on the wall. Just give us one strong argument or example, and we will entertain it and look at it. Whatever you said there, if assuming there's an argument to be found, we'll look at it with an open, objective mind. So anyway, welcome everyone. Welcome all our happy fam. Welcome everyone. Like Ruby Lusa, yes, I'm doing well. And Bob, if you're coming tonight, Bob Hill, just want to mention, Bob, you're disallowed to like hijack the stream tonight. Not maybe that's the wrong verb, but you know what I'm saying. Try to take it over. Just don't come here throwing political, religious ideas around. This is a vegan live stream, as the title of this live stream says. Ask a vegan anything about veganism. All right, so let's keep it focused on veganism. My hair looks good, thanks, Angie. Yeah, just as it gets longer, my little wave starts kicking in more and more. I didn't really do anything. All I did is when I got out of the bath after the gym today, just kind of do a little bit of this and just kind of pull it out, maybe like half an hour to make sure it kind of dries nice. That's it. I pull it with my fingers like that for like 5-10 seconds. That's it. Yeah, Wujita, you can bonk anyone tonight. And as Angie points out, Bob will not be the main character tonight. And it's my bad. It takes two to tango. And sometimes I get suckered in. I get seduced by the nonsense and I go down the rabbit hole with some people that I probably shouldn't. So anyway, wow. Graven, you've been up since 4 a.m. I feel so sorry for you. You sound like you're like us, like me and Angie. We are not morning people. Even though we've been waking up earlier and earlier lately, maybe it's because we're getting older. I've been waking up like at 8:30 now, which for us is early. I start getting tired around midnight. But anyway, 4 a.m. is still, for us right now, that we would be totally not functioning all that well. Graven, is Bob still here? Well, not at this particular exact moment, but he's been showing up the past, I think, 2, maybe 3 weeks and starting all sorts of mayhem. First with people, here's what happens. Here's how Bob's MO is. He'll come, I'll see him. I don't say hi to him, but I'll see him say some stuff to like trigger or provoke people, and I'll see a few of you guys like bite in and start fighting with him, but I'll ignore what the fights are about. Then maybe about an hour later, I'll get upset that there's a fight and I'll jump in and I'll get suckered in. So I'm going to be more proactive tonight and not let that happen. So anyway, hey, Johnny Bravo. Speaking of hair, your 2-year-old brother has hair down to his shoulder blades. Wow. Awesome. That's pretty rad for 2-year-old hair. Wow. I bet Fu Man Poo, had hair down to his arse back in your metal years. When were your metal years? Were your metal years, Fu, before or after you went to probably the most hippie university in the United States? So let me know, was the hippie university before or after the metal years? Yeah, Graven. Yeah, he blocked Bob when we went after Dr. Bear, and that's bannable behavior. No one is to attack any of our live stream guests. Why? I mean, all you guys in live chat. Why? Because of the rules of civility here. No attacks, no harassing. That applies to me, applies to you. Oops, wrong thing here. So anyway, circa 89 to 97. Well, that's quite of a metal decade there, foo. Wow. So anyway, hey, Don Jackson. Simon, hey, this is your first live stream of yours because you're in Portland, so it's late here. Portland? Oh, Poland. Oh, it is quite late. Well, thanks for staying up with this. It's probably 3 a.m. or something like that in Central Europe. So yes, I apologize that my live stream times are not really convenient for people in Europe. I keep saying I'm going to do some midweek live streams because I do this one every Friday at this time, but I always say I'm going to do a midweek live stream like on a Monday or Tuesday and do it way earlier for you Europeans who don't want to have your whole sleep-wake cycle totally messed up for a few days because of silly old me doing a live stream. So I promise I will try to do a midweek live stream this week, hopefully. I don't promise. I'm going to try my darndest. Did I see Bill pop up? I thought I saw Bill. Hey, Bill, your hair is still long and you have cut 5 inches off in the last year. Your metal years never ended. Awesome. Hey, you're going to watch the Lakers preseason game tonight. That's in about 1 hour, just so you know. Their first game back at Crypto.com Arena, formerly known as Staples Center. I wonder how long that's going to last, huh? Crypto.com. I mean, come on. I thought I read they bought the naming rights for like 20 years or something like that. Like, I know, I'd take a bet with any of you guys. I don't know, $5 says that Crypto.com won't be around in 20 years, let alone the Crypto.com name on the arena here. But anyway, that's a whole nother topic. Hey, AJ Vintage, aloha to you and everyone here. Ollie, yes. Angie, I think for the first time in a month or two, finally found some Just Egg at the market. I believe she had some earlier today when I was at the gym. So I believe it's here. Oh, it's on ESPN2. It's not, because I forgot where you live, Bill. I live in the LA area, so I just I hope they're not watching. I use a login for my parents' cable, and I get it on the cable channel. Spectrum has the Lakers channel. I watch it on my iPad basically. Anyway, I don't do that if you're watching Spectrum. I don't do that. I'm just making stuff up. Anyway, wow, Fu Man Poo. I remember that Cal Jam Festival. That's the one where Van Halen and the Scorpions, that one. Yeah, you that was the metal day, right? And I remember Joe Walsh being on the schedule, totally out of place with all the hard rockin' metal bands. They did move him to another day, right? But you went to that and your sister dosed you. You were on LSD at Cal Jam Festival. That sounds horrible. Hey, Dr. Bear. Yes, thanks for your offer to help with moderating. I think we're cool because Peter's going to be here tonight. I honestly think there might be something wrong with your account, or I should, for testing, try to make someone else a moderator. But I remember, I couldn't, there's a checkbox next to your name when I was adding you, was blacked out, or I couldn't do it. And then I tried to do it manually, and I found other Dr. Bear user accounts on YouTube, but not yours, which I don't know what's going on. But thanks for offering that. I think we're going to be cool because Peter will be here tonight, and hopefully the triggered YouTuber person guy that I banned many months ago got triggered last week. Hopefully he's chill now and not freaking out and lying about me and sending his flying monkeys over here to try to bully me, because we don't tolerate any bullying per our rules of civility here, and just the rules I expect when I engage with humans, whether these humans be online or if I go to the gym or whatever. If someone's trying to bully me, that's it. We're done. Hey, Veggie Machine. I don't know. It's been kind of the same kind of thing, except last week for what I just mentioned there. Gru, hey, is apple juice vegan? Yeah, as long as you don't put any meat or dairy in it, it should be vegan, right? AJ will be a mod. I'm just going to see if I can add AJ as a mod, just as a test here. Let me see, because I couldn't add Dr. Bear. Yeah, I can add AJ as a mod. You're not blacked out there. Let me see if I can. I'm gonna try you now, Dr. Bear. Add as a moderator. Oh, it'll let me do it this week. Okay, maybe there was just something wrong with YouTube last week, or maybe something was wrong with my web browser last week. That's how it runs in. It runs in a web browser. So anyway, it worked. I can add someone now. I don't know what was wrong last week. Maybe it would have failed on anyone I tried last week. Murphy's Law, but everything looks cool. Hey, Uncle, good to see you. You have the same internet service, but you call them Sputum? What's that? Actually, yeah, we really don't have any. We haven't had cable for ages, like cable TV. I mean, yeah, my mom, you know, they're old. My mom and my step, they're old, so they love their cable. I've tried to show them apps. They need their cable. I'm never going to try to convince them to quit it. But fortunately, I can watch Laker games because of that. But yeah, we haven't had cable in years, and in fact, we don't even have any cable internet. I told you, like last year, we switched to what's that called? Fios. Is that what it's called? Fiber optics, Fios, whatever. And I got it for cheaper. It's still cheaper, and it's like way quicker. The upload speeds are just as fast as the download speeds, which might not matter for most of you guys, but for what we do here, you know, like uploading, like what we're doing right now, streaming high bandwidth video to the internet, you want a fast upload speed. So I've been super, super pleased switching to fiber optics. I can't imagine moving somewhere and not having a fiber optic connection in the future, but that'll be later on. We're not moving anytime soon, like you said, like I've told you guys before. If and when we do, it'd be a few years out. But making plans now to try to, you know, make sure I don't have any regrets. Like, why didn't I think of that 3, 4, 5 years ago? I'm trying to think of these things now. Wow, a dish network, very expensive. Yeah, that sounds really expensive. Doesn't that come from like a satellite? So mindful. It's like, it sounds really costly. Like stuff going into satellites, it costs money to launch satellites, the bandwidth coming. It must, I don't know. It's probably so much cheaper just to stream things over the internet as we do. Poor Foo, I feel sorry for your gastrointestinal issues there. Let AJ join the cult. We'll see. We have plenty of moderators on tonight, so if we if yeah, like, I'm glad you're here, Woo. But if I find a need later on tonight or on a future week, I will more than happily add Dr. Bear or AJ on to be maybe a temporary moderator for that particular evening or whatever. We'll see. But we are totally cool right now. Deem Stars, you have fiber internet and it's still slow? Wow, you should have a tech come out, like, you know, whoever you're getting your service from. It should be fast AF. I mean, that's the whole point of fiber, fast up and fast down. Carl, sorry, yeah, a few options. Yeah, we only have really two here, cable or fiber. We had AT&T, but it was horrible. Now we get internet through cable. Yeah, that's what I was doing for the longest time. And it worked out pretty well, but I was having a lot of technical issues for like the last year of it. And I just finally said, you know, I'm going to try something else. You know, it couldn't be any worse. And it's only been like way better since I quit. I got another... what did I buy to try to troubleshoot this? I think I wasted money getting another router. I probably didn't have to, but I'm glad I do. It's a newer, more updated one, more secure, and I can space them out throughout the house so it's more covered. You know, my old one and my new one, so it's all cool. In fact, I have 3 big wireless routers scattered around. There's the main one in the front of the house, and I have one. Let's see, where's the other one? Oh, it's back. Is it still back here? Yeah, that's it back there behind my stuff here. And I have another one in the garage, so I have strong internet when I'm doing my workouts back there, so I can listen to music and all that. But you don't care about that. I'm just saying. Anyway, hey, Peter, thanks for the first and hopefully not last super chat tip of the day or evening here. There was a movie coming out. Same guy who made Cowspiracy and What the Health. Which one, Kip or Keegan? Same guy who made Cowspiracy and What the Health. And this one is going to be about, is there an ethical way to kill an animal? And they're going to discuss religion. Wow, I totally want to see that. Let me know, Peter, is that coming out anytime soon? Is it going to be like on Netflix? That sounds quite interesting. I'm kind of curious if Kip or Keegan's making that one. Let's see, Sarah, I was going to ask you, so you're still on your road trip. You're not home yet. You said you're heading home tomorrow and Sunday. Then it will be baseball, baseball, baseball. Wait, isn't it too late in the season for baseball? I thought baseball is like wait, let me think. Oh yeah, the World Series, that's coming up, right? I remember that usually happens around this time of year, right? Is that what you're referring to? 'Cause I was gonna say baseball season's over, right? Yeah, Dr. Barry, cable is expensive. I've done a little reading about the whole business model of why cable's so expensive. It's the cable carriers pay money to every one of the channels they have. Like, did you guys remember how Disney and ESPN went out? They were offline for like a week as the contract negotiations happened because they're disagreeing how much money that the cable companies like Spectrum had to pay Disney. They pay every single one of these companies. It's crazy. And like as you point out, you only can watch one at a time. And you like for the most part, like you only like you get like 300 channels or something like that, 200 channels, but most people watch only like 5 or something, so you're paying and subsidizing for all these channels that you don't give a crap about, and even ones you may have extreme philosophical disagreements with, you're subsidizing them. So it's a really messed up business model. And the new on demand apps kind of streaming thing makes way more sense. Watch just what you want. Don't subsidize other channels and psychopathic billionaire owners of these companies that you may dislike strongly. Wow, the movie's called Christspiracy? Wow, I'm totally confused now. Wow, I totally want to see this, Peter. Where can we watch this Christspiracy? He said he turned down Netflix, so where is it going to be on? Oh, that's good, Sarah. Yeah, fast internet at home. Your bestie is a tech head and shuns bogey internet. Good. Yeah, we should all shun bogey internet. Okay, the movie's not out yet. I don't know where it's going to stream. Well, keep me up on it in case I'm not seeing any information about it, Peter. Yeah, let me know because I'll definitely want to see that. Yeah, that's a good idea, Bill. Yeah, do like free trials of like apps. Like we've done that before. Like a lot of them, like say Hulu or whatever. Like give you like a 30-day trial or something like that. Yeah, we've done that many times too. Yeah, vegan metalhead. Yeah, I use YouTube for pretty much everything. I don't sub for anything, including Duolingo. Yeah, I watch probably like in the day. I watch YouTube primarily. If I'm watching anything in the day, it'll be YouTube. And then the evening, Angie and I will kick back, on the TV, living room, watching TV, and then we'll stream something from like a streaming service of some kind. I think tonight, though, we're going to stream something from YouTube. We were talking about how I like funny lyrics, like in movies with funny lyrics, like Spinal Tap and Ishtar. She said, "You ever see that Beatles thing, The Ruddles?" I go, I know what you're talking about. I can't say for sure I've seen it. So, yeah, we saw a preview on YouTube. I go, no, I don't think I've seen it. And I saw the whole movies there to stream for free on YouTube. I think we hit play already. Anyway, yeah, I'll probably watch that tonight. So yeah, YouTube, it has a lot of stuff. Yeah, Angie has her own channels and apps too, like Vicky, which is primarily like Asian, mainly Korean, but other Asian like content, like dramas and comedies and things like that. Oh wow, the Taylor Swift concert movie is in theaters this weekend. I didn't hear about that. And most theaters are going to be sold out because of that. Wow. So anyway, let's see if we have any questions. You guys want to ask anything? I've just been rambling for about 25 odd minutes here. But yeah, let's see if you guys have any questions for this Ask a Vegan Anything that we're doing tonight. Jacob Shears, how much can I squat? Good question. I actually don't squat heavy anymore. I found for a few reasons. First, I'm kind of old and tall, so my squatting technique isn't probably like world class or anything like that. But here's the most like the biggest reason why I don't really squat too heavy anymore is because I notice it on the basketball court. Maybe if I were younger, it'd be easier to recover from really heavy squatting. So yeah, like say I squat tomorrow and I go back to the gym on Tuesday. I still feel it. I still feel like fatigued and slow and not springy, not jumpy. And that's why I squat, so I can be explosive and springy. So I do more plyometric squats, which means lower weight, but push the weight up quickly. Just get down, and the goal is to go from like a half squat up to full up, like in under a second. Because that's really what's going on when you're jumping. You're not like, going down from like your ass to the grass, as they say, and then springing up from there. That's not how people jump, at least not in basketball. So I'll just do a half squat and do plyometrics. And those I'll usually do like, depending on how I'm feeling, like, 125, 135 pounds. You don't need to go heavy. The thing is to, put enough weight on to challenge you. But the challenge is really not the heaviness of the squatting. It's getting up quickly, just so you have some resistance when you're going upward, because that simulates the joint angles of your legs and knees and all that when you're going down to prepare to jump and to spring up. So that's what I do. I do plyometric squats. So I have no idea. If I were to like get serious about squatting, what's the most I could squat. But even when I was doing this like, regular non-plyometric squats, squats have always been kind of tough for me because of my size. I can feel it in the knees, which is not good. I can feel it in my lower back, which is not good. So yeah, I don't think that has anything to do with being vegan. It just has to do with my body type and maybe my age a little bit too. Who knows? Sarah, I did lift carefully and not crazy heavy. Yeah, deadlifting can be dangerous, especially if you are not like, super well trained and having, great technique. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, veganism debunked. Yeah, Ryan does plyometric squats instead of like heavy squatting. In fact, just to quickly go off on this little tangent here, there's actually peer-reviewed, research that was published not that long ago, testing which kind of squat produced the best results as far as vertical jumping, basketball and sprinting, and it turns out that full deep squats had the least good results. The best results were quarter squats and half squats. I forgot which one was better, but yeah, deep squats had the least beneficial results for vert. And for me, that's why I'm squatting. I'm not squatting to become a strong man. I'm squatting for basketball athleticism. Pure, and that's it. That's 100% why. Anyway, let's see, Sarah, your massage therapist is also a trainer. He always points out things if you're doing something wrong. Yeah, there's so much technique in lifting to do it in a safe way. And it's so easy for someone to have like the best intentions and really want to try to go out and lift the heaviest they can too soon without having the great technique. And I know from everything I've heard of, that's a recipe for some potential injuries, which is not, it's not why most of us want to lift. Foo, I'm with you. I feel like I'm a deadlifting moron too. Yeah, it's Friday the 13th, huh? Spooky. Maybe we should watch a spooky movie. Yeah, that Beatles parody is not funny. I mean, it's funny. It's not spooky. Maybe we should watch something spooky. So yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I didn't see the whole thing, Dr. Bear. I got pretty much like maybe 4/5 of the way through that Joey interview news. He was on the news doing an interview or a debate-like thing with a sheep farmer. Yeah, the farmer was a complete knucklehead. He had, as Joey called him out, you're just making stuff up. You're saying things that have no evidence to support what you're saying. Like, yeah, I can't do a Welsh accent, but some kind of Welsh sheep farmer that has a couple chickens around says, look, there's no harm in raising chickens. Vegans could eat them. He's pretty much saying. But anyway, yeah, I had no facts, no evidence. And anytime Joey brought up facts or evidence, that guy's opinion didn't change. Why? Because as Joey called him out for, rightfully, as I understand, for being a mouthpiece, a spokesperson for farming businesses. So Yeah, it's kind of it's telling. Anyway, Hellraiser. I don't think I've seen Hellraiser. Is that spooky, Bill, or is it gory? Because I'm not into like the whole blood and guts kind of thing. It's definitely not Angie, even more so. We kind of like psychological, mental thrillers, kind of satanic stuff too, because that's more like scary, mental, psychological, rather than cutting teenagers' heads off and stuff like that. So let me know if that's a good. It's gory but a cool story. Yeah, I appreciate the cool story part, but the gore part is almost a deal breaker because Angie and I aren't really into the gore part. So, if you guys have any other suggestions for something more scary in the mind rather than watching teens get their heads cut, let me know what you guys got. We're not big gore people. Let's see, Dr. Bear. It's really disappointing that those news anchors characterize Joey and the farmer as having equally valid evidence-based perspectives. Oh, I guess I didn't stay to the end. Is that what the newscaster said? Because no, the sheep farmer had zero evidence-based perspective. He was saying the same old crap that people do when they come in fleeing poop here. Like, oh, what was this dumb argument? Yeah, your vegan diet, the plants you eat, cause more animals to be killed than if you were just to kill the animals that farmers raise. How does that make any sense? Because the farmers' animals, the cows, sheep, and pigs and all that, they eat plants. So they got to kill the, if there's any incidental crop deaths, that's going to happen whether the food goes to humans or animals. And then you kill the animals on top of that. Plus we have numbers. We actually have freaking numbers. Let's go to something like, say, the numbers of animals killed to produce 1 million calories in 8 food categories. And this is just not someone pulling these numbers out of their butt like that sheep farmer was. Here's the methods, here's the mathematical formulas where they got their numbers, starting points from, what government sources and what have you. And as you can see here, these numbers include both incidental crop deaths and slaughter. And if you are truly concerned about reducing the amount of animals harmed or killed as much as possible, you would have no choice other than to eat no animals, because grains, fruits, and vegetables is where it's at. So anyway, it was ridiculous how the newscaster said that at the end. I didn't catch that. Wow. What do you guys think about this person there asking me a question about poop? Is that a troll? Is that a real person? What do my moderators think about this person asking the science behind vegan poop? Is that something we should just kick off right now? What do you guys think? Dr. Bear, exactly. Joey has done actual investigations. Yeah, he actually knows what he's talking about. He's been into these slaughterhouses and chicken factories and stuff. He's seen it with his own eyes. And as far as I know, that farmer hasn't seen this stuff. He said he saw one like free range chicken farm in his life or something like that. Anyway, yeah, it was a silly interview. Of course, vegans have evidence and facts on their side. The meat eaters typically don't. Yeah, we're all equal. You guys both spoke eloquently and both presented logical arguments with evidence. Nope, it wasn't true. Just the vegan did. It's a real question. Okay, I'm going to go with Dr. Bear's advice here. So I'm going to read this question. Hi, Ryan. Question. What's the science behind why the poop of vegans doesn't stink as bad as meat eaters' poop? Okay, I thought you were trolling. It just seems like such a silly thing. I don't know. Is there any science behind that? Let me know if you guys know something that I don't. Is there any like peer-reviewed published studies that have compared like the smell of poo? Like they got poo from vegans and poo from non-vegans, and they had subjects randomly assigned, and they didn't know if they were smelling vegan poo or meat eaters poo, and rate the poo, how stinky the poo is on a scale from 1 to 10 or something like that, and then compare the results. Has anyone ever done that? Because that would be interesting. I'm not aware of that, so let me know if you guys know something about real actual science comparing the feces of people. Okay, let me know. No, I'm not going to look it up. Thanks for sharing that, Sue. So mindful. I'm sorry, you're lolling hard, huh? Because it's such a ridiculous study to think of. I mean, maybe it has happened, but I can't imagine. Because when you're doing a study, you have to actually get it approved. And I can't imagine any like head of a psychology department or biology department or whatever reading your proposal there, and they go, "No, we're not going to have a bunch of stinky poo and give it to our subjects, which are usually college students, paid nothing to have them smell and rate poo. That's crazy." So yeah, if you notice your poo isn't as bad smell, I'll buy it. I would venture that my poo is not as gnarly as it was before I went vegan, but I don't think there's any actual science or studies that have been done on this. But if there are, like I said, share them with me and I'd be more than happy to check them out. Yeah, I hope someone would carry out the studies, Fu. Yeah, Marx raises a good point. Your microbiome will be healthier on a plant-based diet. It does not smell as bad. Yeah. I agree with you too. It comes out faster and easier. Yeah, it's easy. Like a lot of people, like when they hear I eat all these bananas and fruit and stuff like that, it's like, oh, how that must be horrible having to poo like 2-3 times a day. Like, yeah, it's easy. Maybe for you, like meat eaters who are slowed and clogged, it's a more drawn out, painful experience, but no, just pop it out, bidet it, gone. I mean, I can poop in like 10 seconds. It's not an ordeal or anything like that. Anyway, that's probably too much information, but yeah, just thought I'd share pooping is not an ordeal for me most of the times. Get it on, get it out, bidet, and on my way. Yeah, no magazines in the bathroom, right, Sarah? But anyway, okay, I'm sorry if I thought you were a troll at first. It's just such a weird question. And I know people come here and ask weird questions intentionally, but with like kind of bad intentions. But I guess you weren't, so I apologize. I'm just kind of suspicious. That's just how I am. Yeah, I need to be suspicious because I'm not a gullible person. But I guess I'm gullible. I got gullible. What's the word? I tricked into responding to a parody video today. So, it happens. Let's see, Joseph, does anyone have iodine-rich foods other than seaweed or iodine supplements? No, those are my two go-tos right there. Some kind of seaweed product, or it's in that supplement I get from the Vegan Society. Yeah, Dr. Bear, I honestly, too, didn't think we'd be going down that road of discussion either, huh? Dr. Faker, Peter says you shouldn't poop too much. Of course, whatever he does is what you should do. Yeah, poop once a week because that's what I do, right? Because every time you poop, according to him, he thinks that nutrients is coming out of your body. Now, I thought, I'm not a biology expert. I don't think he is either, despite having a medical doctor degree, but that's the waste product, right, of digestion. It's not to be absorbed back into the body. Your body's expelling it because it's done processing the food, and that's what's left over. But heck, don't listen to me. Yeah, what in the world, huh? Carnivores will just make up anything. Yeah, don't poop that often. I mean, how can we find any organization of health professionals? So that's why I say don't find with like what one rogue, renegade, maverick doctor might be saying. Can you find any organization of health professionals? Let's go to WebMD. Let's see if there's any recommendation, like how often one should poop. Let's see. Let me just try this. WebMD, how often poop? Let's see what comes up. Okay. Depending on your diet, age, and daily activity, regularity can mean anything from 3 bowel movements a day to 3 each week. Well, that's a pretty big range there. So it sounds like having 3 a day isn't a problem, according to WebMD. It says, as the fecal material sits in the colon, like these carnivores, the harder the stool becomes and the more difficult to pass. Like I'm saying, if you go a couple times a day like I do, it just comes right out and you're done in seconds. It's not like a long, excruciating ordeal or anything like that. It doesn't take 5-10 minutes. It's easy. Anyway, yeah, fiber. You got that, Sarah. 3 a week. Yeah, yikes, Angie. That sounds really not not it just sounds unimaginable, huh? Yeah, Dr. Bear, exactly. Listening to one rogue doctor and ignoring scientific consensus, like, say, WebMD. That's like scientific consensus. I guess they're saying if you go 3 times a week, that's kind of on the extreme end of the range. End of the range, no pun. But yeah, 3 times a day is not a problem either. Yeah, look at scientific consensus, people. Just don't find what one rogue person or doctor is saying or anything like that. Yeah, Heidi, yeah, the longer it sits inside, the older and not nice it is. Hey, Drew, you came at a weird time indeed. He says fiber is bad for you. Again, I'm not a nutritionist or dietitian, but based on what? Are there studies that show that fiber consumption is associated with like greater all-cause mortality, greater risk of heart disease, diabetes? Like, how is eating... I want to see the studies that show that eating fiber takes years or days off your life. I would love to see that. So if any of you guys are aware of studies that show eating fiber increase your risk of all-cause mortality, please forward them to me. I will look at them. So let's see. Any questions? That was a good one though about the poo. We went down an interesting direction there. That's cool. As the title says, did I fix it right yet? Ask a non-deficient anything about veganism. Hey, no one has come yet to debunk veganism. Awesome. Okay, Scispiracy. Cool. We'll put it out there. Your anecdotal evidence is probably, shared by many of us here too, but we can't take that as anything resembling science, because you came here specifically asking about science, and I said, if you know of any, please share it with me. Let's see. Oh, whoa. What's Peter saying? Fiber contains too much obsoletes? Yeah, what does that mean, huh? I didn't even see that, Dr. Bear. Yeah. What does Faker mean when he says, quote, fiber contains too much obsoletes? Anyone know, or did you make a typo there, Peter? What are obsoletes? I mean, is that a fancy way of saying, yeah, your poo, it's obsolete. You already processed the food and what's left over is obsolete. And oxalates? Like, what if oxalates were in your poo? Then that would be great, right? I mean, if the oxalates, you're gonna poop the oxalates out. If the bottom line is, who cares what's in the poo, right? Who cares what the composition is? It's going out. You're not supposed to reabsorb anything from your poo back in as nutrition. Your body already did that during digestion, right? Again, I'm not a biologist or anything like that, but I did study enough. I had AP or honors biology. I did learn a little bit, right? Yeah, too much oxalates, Ryan. Ryan, you're getting all them oxalates. 54 cups of bok choy or kale isn't enough to give you an overdose. I forgot what he was saying, but some kind of nonsense like that. Oh, Peter, no, I didn't watch that Blue Zones documentary yet. Yeah, no, I just haven't got around to it. Yeah, sounds interesting, but usually at night I'm watching something more thrilling when I sit down with Angie and, on the couch and watch a nighttime thing. Yeah, Ryan, 6 pounds of bok choy is too much. Like, who the hell eats like 54 cups of bok choy or kale? Yeah, I agree. That'd probably be a lot, Yeah, Ryan, all the staple foods of a vegan diet like kale and bok choy are full of, like, no, those aren't the staple foods. Those are the little things you add on top. Heidi, you took AP Bio so you could go on the San Diego trip? Really? That was like the carrot and the horse sort of thing? Like, if you took AP Bio, you could go on a San Diego trip with your class or school or something like that? That's motivation, right? Hey, why not, Study a little bit more, but you get a nice San Diego trip out of it. Yeah, that guy has no idea how much we quote his wackiness. That, Ryan, your oxalates, Ryan. The oxalates. All the staple foods of your vegan diet filled with oxalates. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Remember that was like a year or two ago? Anyway, let's move on. Let's see. So Mindful has given us his memory of how oxalates and poo works. You're saying oxalates bind to a certain nutrient in our system, and then we poo many of them out, if I recall correctly. Great, let's poo them out, right? As I say, let's poo stuff out. It's your body's done with it. That's why it's called poo. It's excrement. You get rid of it. Peter, remember that woman that went on the Piers Morgan show and claims that vegans can eat bugs? No, why'd you mention that to me? Is it new or old? Because if someone's saying that right now, I should check it out. Maybe I don't think I respond. Did I make a response to that, Peter? I'm pretty sure I didn't. If I haven't, maybe I should, because that's, I just responded how vegans can't or shouldn't eat chicken. So if someone's saying seriously, not trolling, that vegans need to eat bugs, let me see that. That would be an interesting response video. You guys can hear Angie's laugh, huh? AJ says Angie's laugh is awesome. Yeah, she laughs at all those shenanigans and knuckleheads out in the world, particularly ones that enter our sphere and say the wackiest things. Not you guys, we're talking about the oxalates guy. Ryan, your oxalates. They're killing you, Ryan. Whatever happened to that guy? What did he call himself, like the Witch of Wall Street or something like that? Like, whatevs. Trying to come across, I'm some super hedge fund researcher. He sure as hell didn't look like some multi-billionaire hedge fund manager or something like that. He had some crappy setup and stuff. It didn't look like he was using fancy crap and lights or anything like that. Just anyway. Not to say I have fancy crap and lights. I have a light, my main key light here for my videos, guys. Something I got on Amazon for maybe like $30, $20 or something. I see people with really nice key lights. They're professional ones. They cost like several $100s, but they're huge. Mine is like smaller than a phone, That's why I got it. I just want something small, because this is a music studio after all. I don't want it to look like a video studio. So yeah, I just have a little light here. Gets the job done. I'm not a snob or anything like that. I know VD tried to call me out for something like that. No, you can. Most people probably afford a $25, $30 light. LED light on Amazon. I don't know, maybe it's $40. I don't remember. I honestly, it's pretty cheap though. These are not like, professional lights or anything like that. Anyway, you dug field trips to the tide pools around Cabrillo Beach. Oh, San Pedro, is that what you're talking about? Not too far from us here. Let's see. Yeah, Angie does have the best laugh, huh? Let's see. Okay, Uncle, the annular eclipse is supposed to be about 70%. Oh, is that a solar or lunar eclipse, Uncle? And when? Is it like happening like anytime soon? Because I didn't hear anything about that. So let me know what you know there, Uncle. Because 70%... for a lunar eclipse is no big deal. It's interesting, but for a solar, that's not too shabby at all. Solar. Okay, when? 9:25 tomorrow morning? That means it'll be, if you've ever seen a solar, it's kind of, the sky gets kind of red, I guess, because a lot of light bends around the moon. The sunlight bends around the moon. Is it tomorrow morning, Uncle? Should I get up a little early and check it out? Let me know. I didn't hear about a 70% solar eclipse happening tomorrow morning, so let me know. Dr. Pierce says, us Oregonians are lucky. Tomorrow's eclipse is going to be 90%, so it's further north. I see. So wherever you're at, Sarah, you're further north than I am, so you'll probably see something pretty good too. So if you're not aware, like I wasn't, yeah, all us West Coasters, California, Oregon, probably Washington State too, I imagine. Probably Peter's, if it's 70% here, it'll probably be something like that maybe in southern Canada as well, Peter. You should Google to see if you're going to get an eclipse tomorrow. You're not home in Oregon now, so you'll miss it. Well, you should Google it. It sounds like it's hitting the west coast of the United States. So, yeah. And never look directly at a solar eclipse, unlike our president did about 3 odd years ago. But don't follow his example. Never look directly at a solar eclipse. Well, AJ, yes, I will use your kind donation there for a poop study fund.
For the poop study fund.
Yeah, I think I could probably, because I think that to do a study like that, the bulk of the money would need to pay subjects. Like, who in their right mind would sign up for free to smell people's excrement, right? And rate it, so you'd have to pay them a sweet sum. I don't know, for $20, I don't know how much many people I can get, like, pay. I'd only probably get 4 subjects paying $5. That'd be not enough sample size there. But anyway, I appreciate that. Thanks so much, AJ, for the poop study. Let's see. Juan Lopez. Hello, Ryan. Have you seen Veg Source's video titled "You're Not Vegan"? Would love your thoughts on that content. Titled "You're Not Vegan"? Like, who's not vegan? Me or someone, or just people in general? But no, Veg Source. Is that Jeff Nelson? I haven't seen or heard from that man in like 3 years or something like that. Let me know what the general gist of that video is. Just kind of curious. Yeah, AJ, no thanks. I was saying, yeah, I'd have to pay people to bribe. I think I'd have to bribe people to smell poop. I'd probably have to give them each $20, maybe, or at least $10. I don't know. I know in college they usually don't pay the subjects anything. They just use college students who probably get some boost in their like test score or their grade or something like that. But anyway, thank you so much, AJ, much appreciated. Let's see. Uncle, this coming April, there will be a great total solar eclipse, but where, Uncle? What part? Because solar eclipses, you have to be, to get like, 90, 100% or full totality as it's called, you have to be precisely along the path of the shadow. So how's it going to be out here in Southern California, Uncle? Because I remember, many years back looking at upcoming full solar eclipses, and I didn't remember any happening around here. I remember seeing a lot of travel involved. And when you do that, you spend all this money, and then you could have bad weather, like clouds could, overcast, who knows, storms, whatever can interfere, or just, completely block it, but more than interfere. Oh, cool, Joseph. You mentioned this last week. Thought it was worth repeating. I didn't remember you saying this, Joseph, so thanks for repeating. You managed to overcome your chronic fatigue by fixing your deficiency of iodine. It's more common in vegans if you don't supplement. What did you use? Just curious, Joseph, because I tell you, the new like 4 months ago, we got supplements from the Vegan Society, and it's my first one that has iodine. I don't really notice much of a difference. I don't think Angie does. I would love some more energy. I don't know if I have chronic fatigue or anything, but I'd love more energy, but I haven't really noticed a difference. But anyway, let me know what you're using. Quite curious. Uncle, only partial in Southern California. Do you recall, Uncle, where one would need to be? Like what area or what, roughly, do you remember where someone would need to be for a more totality experience of that eclipse? Anyway, Carl, you had a total eclipse a number of years ago. Living here in SoCal, we've never had totality in my lifetime. We've had a few where it was pretty good, like, maybe 80-90% or something like that, but we've never had a full solar eclipse here. So you're lucky if you've had one in your area, or if you're lucky enough to travel to one. But Uncle, you're saying I should get up tomorrow morning, because I won't be in Texas or anything. Saying tomorrow morning I should get up here in Southern California, and at, around 9 o'clock, so at 9:25 we'll have a 70% solar eclipse here. Let me just make sure I have that correct, Uncle, and I'll make a point to wander outside tomorrow, because you don't need to wander out exactly that time. You want to go out before. It's like the sky gets weird for a little while before the peak of an eclipse. I tell you, I remember the light, the sunlight appears more red. I guess other color frequencies get filtered out or something like that. The red ones get in. It makes sense. They're the longest, right? I'm not a physics major, but infrared, I know they're longer waves, so they can wrap and bend around objects. Any physicists out there, let me know if I got that correct. Yeah, AJ, I did that in elementary school too. And yeah, I think it was like 5th or 6th grade. We had a solar eclipse. It wasn't a full one or anything, like I said. But I guess I think they did it, made us make a hole in the cardboard to shine on the ground. I think they did that so we wouldn't stare at the sun. I think they were just trying to protect us or cover them from any kind of liability or something like that. I don't remember anything happening when I'm looking on the ground, looking at the light going through the hole. I don't remember anything. It just looked like light going through a hole. I didn't remember a shape or anything like that. But Uncle, is it tomorrow morning? I just want to get confirmation that tomorrow morning I should get out. No, I'll notice it. Yeah, you would notice the red light because usually in the morning at 9:30, light ain't red. It's it's whatever it is that time of day. I think so, AJ. I just think they don't want all the students to go blind, right? Because they want to tell you about the eclipse because, it's an education thing, educational experience at a school, but they don't want to cause their students to go blind. So that's my guess. Hey, Laura, just tuning in. You missed a wild discussion about poop. So mindful, says many traditional Navajo people in your area don't go out during a solar eclipse. Interesting. Yeah, I know there's a lot of traditions across the world regarding how different cultures throughout history have perceived both solar and lunar eclipses. Because mind you, like our understanding of what's objectively happening, the physics involved, people didn't know that what the sun and moon were and how the relationships to Earth, what orbits what distances. I know in Chinese culture, they thought it was a dragon, like during a lunar eclipse, night, like they thought it was a dragon eating the moon, and they would go out and bang pots and pans to try to scare the dragon away, so yeah, there's many interesting stories about people's beliefs about eclipses. Well, Tanya, that cardboard hole punch thing really works. I guess maybe my cardboard hole that I punched in elementary school sucked. Maybe I don't remember anyone having good results, but we didn't have phones and cameras. Well, I guess we could have brought a camera to take a photo of it, but I don't remember anyone doing that. Okay, so Uncle's confirming with me. Yes, here in Southern California, yes, 70% annular eclipse tomorrow with its peak at 9:25 a.m. So if you're in SoCal like me, I'll probably go outside assuming I'm up by 9, which I have been recently, go outside around 9 and just kind of look around and see if the light looks any different. Like I said, it might look more red or orange or some color might be a little off. And as we get closer to 9:25, it should get a little more weird. But yeah, don't look at the sun. Sun gazing is a thing, Fu Man Poo. I knew some people that did it, but from what I remember, when I saw them trying it, it was like at sunset, like when the sun's at its lowest point, about to go over the horizon. I wouldn't even recommend that, but at least I didn't see them looking up at like high noon sun or something like that. Hey, Tanya, stay as long or as little as you can. Always pleased to have you and all our happy fams here. Just all of you guys in general. You guys are a good bunch because I made it that way. If anyone's been a jerk, an a-hole, a sociopath, a narcissist, a bully, we kick your ass out of here. If not, I don't do it. Yeah, one of our moderators does that. So welcome, Tanya. Okay, Joseph, so here's what you do for your iodine. I'm curious. You use J. Crow's Lugol solution of 5%. You put in about 2 to 3 drops in your coffee. Let me Google that. I've never heard of J. Crow's. Let me do it over here. One second. I'm just going to Google that so I don't forget it. Why can't I? Oh, there it goes. All right, cool. One more second. Let me put it into a browser tab. Iodine. All right, I think I found it. All right, awesome. Thank you. All right. So I'll look that up later. Thanks for sharing that with us, Joseph. Because who knows? Maybe if I have like a stronger iodine, something stronger than that's in the vegan society supplement I've been using, maybe I'll feel more energetic. I'm curious. It's worth an experiment. How long did it take you 30 days. Okay, I was going to ask you. That's my next question. About a month or so for you to notice the difference. Okay, I've been taking the Vegan Society vitamins for 4 or 5 months. I haven't really noticed any difference. I don't notice anything really. I don't know, but maybe I'm not supposed to. But yes, Drew, don't look directly at the sun tomorrow. I'm not a medical doctor or anything like that, but I do know that looking directly at the sun is not to be done. Let's see. Sean says, never stare at the sun for more than 10 minutes. Rule of thumb. Yeah, 10 minutes. Oh, Can't Stop Lying does the same thing with that Lugol's iodine. Cool. 2 recommendations. Cool. I'll definitely give it a second look here. Cool. Learning all sorts of stuff tonight. All right. So blue chip stamps. That's pretty old school. Us older people might remember that. Like when I forgot how you acquire the stamps, but is it when you buy things or something like that? I remember my parents did that. They filled up they got enough blue chip stamps. We took it to a blue chip stamp place here in Long Beach, by the way. Drove all the way out like 30, 40 minutes away. Came to Long Beach, went to the blue chip stamp store and got something. I don't know, maybe a toaster. I don't know, something like that. A radio. Like, but I don't remember, Fu Man Poo. What did one need to do in the past, in the 60s and 70s, to acquire blue chip stamps? Like, how did one come into possession of them? Because I remember you collect them and you fill the books up or whatever, and you take them to the blue chip stamp store and get a radio. But how'd you get them? I don't remember that part. Blind Bookworm. Sun gazing is how. Let that sink in. We got that. No, I'm not even going to mention his name. Yeah, he's into sun gazing too. Flat Earth and carnivore and sun gazing. It makes sense. If you buy one conspiracy theory, you can buy them all, right? That's what I've noticed that conspiracy theorists do. They seek out others who believe different conspiracy theories than their own because they know, okay, well, we can get new people into our conspiracy because they've already shown they buy one lame conspiracy theory. Let's get them hooked on all. It shows you their mind is open to the nonsense conspiracy theories. Fu Manpoo says, this wacky cult, referring to us, vegan cult leader, is an oasis of calm in the sea of vileness engulfing our society. Thank you, Fu Manpoo. I like what we're doing here too. Our little vegan cult, like I said, we've created a beautiful community, and it's so nice when we don't have anyone coming and pooping on our walls, just trolling and shouting and bullying and harassing or any of that stuff, you know. This is nice. This is super chill. Let's see. You never heard of these blue chip stamps, Dr. Bear? Well, you're aren't you a millennial if I'm right? Yeah, you got to probably be at least Gen X to know about blue chip stamps. I think they ended sometime in our childhood, Gen X childhood. Laura, you remember going with your mom to the blue chip stamp store, so you're probably a Gen X too. Am I right there, Laura? I'm just taking a guess. Maybe the blue chip stamps lasted longer than I believe, but I don't think they stuck around that long. Are these blue chip stamps like box tops and cereal boxes? No, I was trying to ask us old timers because I don't remember. How did one acquire blue chip stamps back then? Does anyone remember? We remember putting them into books and then taking them to the blue chip stamp store to get appliances and toys and stuff, but does anyone remember how you got them? No, they didn't. From what I remember, they didn't come from cereal box tops. That's a whole nother collector thing there. Okay, Laura says your mom used to bowl for blue chip stamps. Oh, okay. That sounds interesting. It sounds like a racket. I don't think, sir, people paid for them. It's just something you got along the way. Like, yeah, Laura's mom went bowling. Laura's mom probably would have gone bowling anyway, but she got blue chip stamps for free. And it's something like that. I don't think people really went out and sought out blue chip stamps. They just kind of came with something else, like the box tops on a cereal, you know, kind of like that. Sarah, you're a solid Gen X and never heard of these stamps. Huh, interesting. Well, you know, I have this hypothesis, Sarah. You grew up in I say this very lovingly and what's the word I'm looking for? I wish I did. What's the word? Jealous. You grew up in hippie town, right? They probably didn't have anything like that around you out there. You know, I wish I grew up in hippie town. In fact, I would like to move there. I was just watching a video on Marin real estate today. Not to say I have any intention of going there anytime soon or living there anytime soon. It looks, I was watching a realtor talk about how the prices have come down and stuff like that. But yeah. Let's see, Pooh Man, we used to bowl for bong tokes at the arcade. What? How does that work out? Yeah, I think blue chip stamps are more in like bigger city areas or something like that, Sarah. Like, yeah, where you're from, I don't want to say it again. I want to keep your privacy. But it's a smaller town, and they probably didn't have any blue chip stamps there. Maybe if you drove into San Rafael, they might have had a blue chip stamp store there back in the day. But yeah, probably in your town, I would say, I don't think they ever had a blue chip store there, but I guess you still would have seen them just from being alive, because yeah, somehow, like we said, we got them without really doing anything, like by going bowling. There's probably never a bowling alley out there too, right? Is my guess. Oh God, yeah, Marin is out of control. I escaped that Coliseum. How come you call it a Coliseum? Interesting. That's an interesting descriptor for Marin County. Let's see, Dr. Bear is telling me, Troller, Bond, my strength went down a lot after being vegan for a while. Unfortunately, but just part of the lifestyle. Bond, you are aware that there's vegan strongmen like Patrick Baboumian. There's vegans who have competed on the United States men's team weightlifting. Kendrick Ferris. I mean, I'm not sure what happened to you, Bond. I mean, others are doing just fine. I'm still at the gym, like playing basketball against people who are over 30 years younger than me and beating them on one-on-one more often than I lose. So I'm not sure what happened to you, Bond. I'm sorry, but that's not normal. It's not part of the lifestyle. Remember when Kendrick Ferris qualified for the United States men's Olympic team, he beat out dudes who were not vegan. So if it was normal to be weak as a vegan, well, if he was a weak vegan, he was still stronger than all these other meat-eating males who did not qualify for the Olympic team that year, Bond. So I'm just saying, just because it happens to you, or any of us, I'm not singling out Bond, but just because something happens to you when you started a new diet doesn't mean necessarily that is normal or just something that's part of the lifestyle. No, becoming weak is not a normal part of being vegan. You know, it might happen to some people. I'm sure some people, when they go on some other way of eating, they feel weak too. You know, it doesn't mean anything about that particular way of eating. But anyway, just thought I'd point that out. You know, why are there vegans strong? Why are there vegan NBA basketball players? I was just watching Chris Paul, who's like 36 now and way shorter than me. I was watching him. He's with the Golden State Warriors now. I was watching some practice of their team. He's dunking. The little guy can dunk. He's like, what, 6'1" or something like that, 36 years old. He eats a completely plant-based diet. As far as I can tell, everything I can tell, it's all vegan. Guy's dunking. Anyway, no, Bob, we're not going to go down that path. Okay, vegan diets are nutritionally complete and adequate. And we weren't talking about children, Bob Hill. We were talking about Bond, who was saying Bond, who was not a developing child, saying he felt weak as a vegan and assumed it was just chalked up, just part of the lifestyle. No, it's not part of the lifestyle. It's not normal. What's not normal is someone like me, 55, 56 years old, slam dunking. It's what's not normal. Someone like my age, 55, now 56, beating most people I play at one-on-one. That's not normal. The vegan diet has not slowed me down one bit. In fact, it's allowed me to continue my training with lower inflammation, keeping my weight in check so I can be light on my feet, so I could guard these little 6 foot or 5'11", 5'9" guards, stay in front of them, and they're 20 years old, you know, big old slow me, able to have the foot speed and endurance to stay in front of and bother these smaller pesky players. That's not normal. But vegan diet has allowed me to do that. It's allowed me to do the training to be able to do these non-normal things. I'm not saying it's because of the vegan diet, but the vegan diet has allowed me to do that. Who knows? Could I have done that on another way of eating? I don't know. I haven't tried, but I know a vegan diet allows me to do this kind of rare thing at my age. What's that marker? What's that marker? 53 and did ACL Fest last weekend. What is that? And never sat down and kept on your feet and hoofed it everywhere. I'm not sure what you did there. So anyway, okay, so to combat what Bob said earlier, this is just one example. Again, it's not science, but Bob didn't cite any studies anyway. Sean is saying your child has been vegan since birth. She's in the 99th percentile in growth. All right, so there we go. Shows you vegan diet doesn't necessarily stunt children's growth. And this is a vegan diet that a child has eaten since birth. So that's as hardcore as you can go. Yeah, Fu Manchu, there's all sorts of shows. Like you saw the one on the rise and fall of Chuck E. Cheese. I haven't seen that one, but I saw one on remember that breakfast place? I think it was more West Coast, like Sambo's. I saw another one on Shakey's Pizza, yeah, there's all these cool docos on YouTube about the rise and fall of these like companies or restaurants and stuff like that from our past. And some of them are still around in smaller form to this day. Oh, Mark, that was a music festival. Oh, yeah, those are grueling, huh? Especially if you're our age, right, Mark? Being on your feet all day. Yeah, we can do it, right? But yeah, it's nice to finally sit down on the way back home or whatever. Bob says Mao did terrible things. That seems very random. You talk about Mao Zedong. That seems so like, where did that come? How does that relate to the discussion we're having here? Because I'm not seeing it. Why are we talking about Mao Zedong? Let's look at the title of this live stream again. It's called Ask a Non-Deficient Anything About Veganism. So we're not here to talk about like Mao Zedong or anything like that, okay? Oh boy. I'm not here to defend Mao Zedong either. I'm just saying it's just so off topic and so random. Uncle, you remember Sambo's, right? Yeah. Apparently when they made that name, it had nothing to do with, like, they weren't thinking of anyone's name in particular. There were two founders. One's name was Sam. Another one was like Bob or Bo or something like that. And they just combined their names together. And unfortunately, it turned out to not be good. It was an unfortunate combination. But anyway, let's see. Dr. Bear is telling me Bond called you really hurtful. Was it wrong or inappropriate for me to quote him and say troll alert? Well, no, you need to bring this up to me because I don't see every comment. So thank you, Dr. Bear, for pointing this out to me because just because someone says troll alert doesn't mean a person is necessarily a troll. It just means I need to take a further look and see what's going on here because let's just be real here. We've been doing this live stream for a long time. I've been doing this for years, and a lot of you guys have been with me for many months, many years. A lot of you guys have been with this Friday night live stream since I started 2-3 years back. Anyway, my point is we've seen so many comments that it's really we're suspicious of certain phrases, certain accusations that we're immediately suspicious, like they're troll comments. So I forgive, I apologize. Like sometimes they're not. Once in a while they're not, but 99% of the time they are. So we're suspicious. And like I said, we have a right to be because we've seen this happen so many times. So our red flags go off, our alerts go off, and we need to have a closer look to see if someone's trying to troll us or not. So if you weren't, Bond, I apologize. But maybe next time, yeah, just kind of be aware how what you're saying, how that really sounds. You're saying, hey, I tried a vegan diet, I felt weak, therefore I concluded that that was just a normal feature of veganism. Like, no, that last part doesn't make any sense. You're more than welcome to say what you did. You tried a vegan diet and you felt weak. You could say that and we wouldn't think you're a troll. But the last part is what really got us. And you chalk that up to just a normal thing about veganism. That's why we were suspicious of your maybe being a troll or not. Hope you can understand. Anyway, Sears is still kind of around, right? Aren't there still a few Searses around? Fu Man Poo, you vomited on your girlfriend at Bob's Big Boy? Oh God, I remember when I was a skater punk. This is a story I've never shared any time ever on any live stream, other than with like maybe I've told Angie in private. I remember when I was a skater punk, after we'd go skating at a certain skate park, there was a Bob's Big Boy on the way. So we'd go to Bob's Big Boy and get the empty cup to make a sundae. So we'd go there and put all the stuff, ice cream and all the toppings, make it really gross looking, then we'd like hurl it out, pretend. We'd just go, bah. We were stupid kids back then, okay? Don't judge or anything like that. But anyway, yeah, I was going to say, the only reason why I shared that is not to gross you out and make you think I was a dumb kid or anything like that, just to have a bond with Fu Man Poo, who also vomited at Bob's, but he did it for reals. Mine was like fake. Anyway, let's move on from that. Yeah, Phil, what a weird night, huh? Poop and vomit. Okay, Dr. Bear. Okay, that's how I thought about it too. Thank you. Yeah, we just get suspicious. We've just seen so many people say so many weird things about veganism that our red flags go off, as they should, right? You know, we should have red flags going off when we see certain comments. Not red flags like, oh my God, they've debunked veganism. It's not like, oh my God, what he just said there just debunked veganism. Oh my God, the guy felt weak when he was eating plants. Veganism. It's not like that. The red flags mean like, you know, it's like, I think this guy's trolling us, you know? That's what I mean. Okay, Bond. Okay, you're still here. Good, Bond. I'm not here to. I wasn't here to like say you're bad or wrong. But let's say Bond in his defense said, I never said I tried a vegan diet. I said my strength went down after going vegan, but oh well, still vegan. But I'll head out now. This isn't the place for me to think. I'm sorry, Bond. No, it's like no judgment, no cool. I didn't see exactly what you said, but if you want to leave, I totally understand. I get it, Bond. But yeah, I just want to point out one more time. Yeah, that's not a normal part of veganism. So yes, it happened to you. I believe you. Not denying your experience whatsoever there, Bond. I just want to point out that's not like a normal feature of veganism. I thought you said something to that effect. Am I wrong there, Bond? I could have sworn you said, well, I just chalked that up to veganism. But anyway, it's all good, Bond. Hopefully no offense or anything. Okay, it's all good. On the Fu Man Poo, on the day you graduated high school, you had lunch at Shakey's Pizza. Wow, I'm surprised you can remember this stuff. Wow. Joseph, no, I don't really do too much in the stuff of like functional mushrooms or anything like that. You know, I don't have anything to really say, even though I tried most of all that stuff. All that chaga, reishi, turkey tail, lion's mane. I can't really say I felt any better, I was any healthier or any sharper, or my immune system's any different. I don't know. It just seems like a way for us to be spending money on stuff that we might not need, maybe. I don't know, but that's where I kind of stand on that. Ooh, Ray, there's a technical question here. And hi, Data Bananas. Ray's asking, hey, everyone, anyone have any good recommendations for dealing with IT band pain going on marathon training, high mileage running? I keep hitting problems around mile 16 and open to suggestion. Ray, I know I've heard of IT band pain. That's a common thing about runners. And refresh me. Again, I'm not a physiologist or doctor or anything like that. Where in the leg is the IT band? Is it on the sides of the knees? I kind of forgot. So just kind of refresh me there, Ray. And a reason why I ask is I have some issues in that area too, so just let me know. Sarah was saying to get an R8 roller and a massage gun and some biofreeze and have a massage therapist go mayo-facial on you. I don't understand any of that, but whatever Sarah said there, I trust her. That's probably good. Hey, Ditlow. And I didn't think I said hi to VLAM all night too. So VLAM, hope you haven't felt ignored or anything. It was Graham. Isn't there a running guy who comes in here a lot? Yes. I forgot his name, but yeah, I don't think he's a happy fan. But yeah, there is a guy who always like says I just ran like 8 miles a day or something like that, or I ran 8-mile pace for like 30 minutes. Yeah, I forgot who he was. Okay, it's side of the knee pain that results from IT band. And let me ask you one more strange question. Is it on the outer side of the knee or the inner side of the knee? Because that's maybe what I have too. Just kind of curious. It radiates from hip down to the side of the knee. Yeah, I remember researching this for a while ago. I was wondering if I have IT band issues. I actually, if that's it, I had the same thing happen today. I was, what was I doing? Oh, I was basically I was working on crossover dribbling into a layup on my left side, left-handed layups. And I remember when I crouched down, I still wasn't fully warmed up. I only had been at the basketball courts maybe like 25 minutes, which sounds like a lot, but I'm still not fully warmed up yet. I remember the first one I got down, I was like, ooh, I felt that weird pain on the side of my knee. And that's so I just kind of backed off for a few minutes, shot some free throws, keeping it warm without putting any more pressure or pain on it, without causing any more trouble. And it goes away. For me, that's something that kind of if that's IT band pain, it kind of goes away as my body gets warmer. But it sounds like for you, it happens after you've been going after like 16 miles. That's uncharted territory for me, having pain then at that point in a workout. So if anyone has any ideas, I don't know. But yeah, I should get it looked at maybe. I wonder if I do have some kind of... And when I was talking about squatting earlier, remember some guy was asking, I forgot if you're still here, how heavy do I squat? That's one reason why I don't squat heavy. I told you, I feel it in my back. Plus, heavy squats aren't really that as productive for vertical as half squats and quarter squats, particularly doing them in a quick plyometric way. But anyway, I feel pain on the side of my knees after squatting, and it's not only immediately after. Sometimes I feel it like a day after or 2 days after. I go, I feel more like of that IT band area pain. So that's another reason why I don't like to do a lot of squatting, particularly heavy squatting. Again, maybe it's because I'm old. I don't think it's because I'm vegan. I've done a lot of stuff. I ran for many years. I've been playing basketball a long time, on and off for most of my life. There's a lot of miles on these old legs, so there's probably some wear and tear in those joints and tendons and stuff. That's my guess. Okay, Ray. For you too, it tends to be on the outside side of the knee. Your problem tends to be on your left knee. And mine could show up on either side, but yeah, for me, that pain I feel in my legs is definitely on the... It's to the side. It's right on the knee, but to the side. It's not like above or below. It's right on the knee and to the side on the outside of either knee. Carl Baum, you also have problems in your knees with squats. So I guess it's a thing, especially like I said, if you're a little older like me and a little taller, and I have, do a lot of things with my knees. I jump, I'm playing basketball. I get a lot of weird, knee joint angle stuff that puts a lot of pressure on that area of my body. Allison, what to do for dinner? For us, I know you're asking for you, but for us, I made khichdi. Not last night, but the night before, and it's still in the fridge, so 100% for sure we're having khichdi tonight. It's easy. Just warm it up. It's already been made. Just heat it up on the stove, put a little water in there to get it moist again. Heat up some bread, some naan bread from Trader Joe's, and it'll be a fun little night. I don't know, Bob. I said I'm old, so I want to protect my knees. I didn't get into weightlifting to get injuries. I got into weight training to strengthen my body and make it more athletic for basketball. So whenever I do any kind of lifts and I notice like, I think there's some trouble there, I tend to not make that a prominent lift in my repertoire, let's say. It's something I'm either not going to do or do it in a limited way, and that's squats. I wish I could squat more, but I tell you, there's just so many negatives for me for squatting. If I lift too heavy, like I said earlier, I feel it at the gym the next day. Or like 2 days, 3 days later, I just feel fatigued, like I haven't fully recovered if I'm going for heavy, slow squats. Hey, Peter, thanks for gifting a membership. And Bob, Bob Hill got it, guys. Bob Hill's a happy fam. What do you guys think about that? Bob Hill got it. Oh no. I bet Peter's gonna be bummed. I'm not saying no to Bob, but I know Peter's not a fan of Bob, so I'm sorry you didn't get it, Heidi or Allison. So yeah, VLAM, go vegan now, Bob. You're happy fam. You have to go vegan now, right? Michelle says she doesn't think Bond is here anymore, but sometimes it's hard to tell who trolls and who's not. Not your fault. It's all good. Just don't worry about it, okay? Just our red flags went off, and you know that it is what it is. All good. What's that, Fu Man Poo? Bob loves Mao and the proletariats. Yeah, I saw them play before at the Whiskey A Go-Go. Mao and the Proletariats, they're awesome. I also saw them at the Roxy. It was during the metal years. Right, Bob's already on his way. Had a vegetarian dinner tonight. Awesome, Bob. Good for you. AJ, that's just tragic. Yeah, keep eating the plants, Bob. Do one more, Peter. You know, if you do one more, or anyone, if anyone wants to gift any Happy Fam memberships tonight, you know, it's not going to go to Bob because he just got one. So I think anyone else here would be, you know, you're totally safe, Peter. I don't think there's anyone here else tonight who wouldn't fully appreciate a Happy Fam membership, is what I'm saying. What's that, a punk band? Well, you're the one that said Mao and the Proletariats, right? It sounds like it would be a punk band. It sounds like it wouldn't be a metal band, huh? Heidi says, love you, Bob. Love you, Bob. So no, let's not give Bob a hard time right now for eating a vegetarian lunch. Let's just move on, accept him for what he is, and now he's a happy fam for a few weeks. So let's just kind of move on. I'm starting to get hungry. I'm starting to feel it finally. Oh, the SPCAs, Allison. Yeah, they have a bad reputation in many cities. Out here in Southern California, Los Angeles particularly, yeah, the SPCA is, has a horrible reputation, and they're really not in it for protecting or saving animals. Just seems like some kind of scam for raising money, but don't sue me, guys. That's just my perception if you're watching. Anyway, Peter says that, yeah, that is supposed to help animals here in British Columbia. It's telling people on World Egg Day to eat cage-free eggs. What? How does that help animals? You know, cage-free eggs are still being treated cruelly. They're still being exploited.
Welcome, Bob, to the Happy Fam.
Yeah, welcome, Bob, to the Happy Fam. It says Angie.
Cookie.
So this is for you, Bob, for joining the Happy Fam. This is a celebration of Bob being Happy Fam. Vegan chocolate chip cookie that Angie got me at Sprouts. Thank you, Angie.
You're welcome. I'll get the kitchery out, though.
Yeah, you might as well put it out at room temperature, huh?
Yeah.
It looks like the Trader Joe's one, but no, this is like I said, Sprouts. Produce on pills. So I tell you, I don't really go to Taco Bell. It's not like in my flow of life or anything like that. So, what'd you say to get at Taco Bell again? I completely forgot. I wish I could share. I wish I could zap this to you via the Star Trek teleporter technology. Allison decided to start using the term necrovore. You're a night or death wanderer? Wait, what? Oh, eating dead things? Is that what that refers to? Is that what you're saying? I should do some ASMR. Let me do that. Trigger warning for people with misophonia. Oh, they have vegan cheese at Taco Bell. Okay, thanks for reminding me, guys. Vegan pad thai with tofu sounds amazing, Bill. Doesn't suck being vegan. Vegans can eat chocolate chip cookies. A lot of different foods that vegans can eat. Vegans can eat vegan cheese and fries at Taco Bell. Vegans can eat chocolate chip cookies. Vegans can eat pizza. Vegans can eat ice cream. Vegans can eat pretty much any food that you can think of, except foods that contain animal products. But there's vegan versions of pretty much all those foods. All right, that was it. That was my ASMR. Should I get serious about ASMR, guys? Should I start an ASMR channel? Let me know. Vic, you picked an odd moment to tune in. I guess you did. What's that, VLAM? You saw on Twitter someone went to get the Taco Bell new vegan item, but found out it was the non-vegan one. Whoa. See, I still have trust with Taco Bell too. I have trust with out here. There's a competitor that I go to more often called Del Taco. You guys know West Coast people, Del Taco. I have trust with them. They've never messed one of my orders up, and I've probably ordered from them 2-3 dozen times over the past like 5-6 years. I don't know. I'm just guessing. But Taco Bell, I've gone there way less, and the few times I have had issues with them before. Can't remember exactly now. It's been a long time, but yeah, Del Taco, I have very high trust for them. Laura, why am I whispering like that? Oh, I was doing what's known as ASMR. Have you heard of ASMR? Most people have by now, I thought. Let me know if you want an explanation of what ASMR is, but that's what I was doing. I think a lot of us are going to call it Twitter forever. It's always going to be Twitter. You know, Twitter. I'm not going to call it X. It's Twitter. Yeah, ASMR channels where people whisper, AJ. Yeah, they do things. They could eat food like I was doing there. How I was having a little, what was that, chocolate chip cookie? You're not an ASMR fan, sir. If you're yeah, I don't really watch ASMR videos either. It's just something we know what they are, right? But we don't have to watch them or anything like that. Yeah. Yeah, it takes a certain kind of person that really enjoys ASMR. Oh no, let's not go there, Bob. Let's not bring up shouting out to Elon Musk or anything like that, please. Let's not go there. Yeah, look, you'll just Google ASMR, Laura. There's a whole subgenre on YouTube and social media. People, video content creators that specialize in ASMR. They get hundreds and thousands of views and all that. Yeah. Diarrhea ASMR foo. I don't think that's a genre. I guess you could pioneer that, but thanks for being with us tonight, Foo. Yeah, it's getting late out there. And why did my watch just tell me what time it was? Anyway, Twitter, hardly know her. Ta-da-pa. Anyway, Dr. Bear, why am I not surprised hearing that Bob Hill loves Elon Musk, huh? Graham, yeah, there's a new Frasier, huh? But it doesn't have any of the old stars like Niles. I think Niles is what made the old Frasier funny. Like, he's decently funny, but Niles is a hilarious character. Yeah, not to say, not to discount Daphne or anything like that, but yeah, I saw the preview and I wasn't too intrigued. I wasn't a huge Frasier fan back in the day, but when I did start watching it later on in life, like maybe 5-10 years ago, it's pretty funny. Anyway, Kay Farnan, did I see the sentient video? What is that? The sentient video? Aaron Bryant, United Vegan Commune of Big Island, Hawaii 2023. What are you talking about? Is there something going on at the Big Island that I'm not aware of? Sarah, every time Elon opens his mouth, yeah, it makes Tesla just way more volatile. He'll just fire off some random tweet and yeah, moves the stock. But that's not why I have problems with him. I mean, I've been holding off on making a video. There have been so many reports coming about how horribly he's abused and treated and lied about the monkeys that he's used for his neural implants. It's some horrific stuff, and he's just trying to like lie about it and deny things. Just some completely horrible animal abuse. That's just one reason why I dislike the guy. I could keep going on, but that's just one right there. Anyone who plants neural implants into monkeys so he can start some kind of business putting brain implants in humans, that just sounds like something that never signed me up for. Like, I already have trust issues with like digital technology, but it's not part of my brain. If my phone or iPad or something gets hacked, sucks, but there's ways to deal with that. But we're talking about your brain. Anyway, that's the first you're hearing of this. Let me pull a story up for you, Bob. Let me see. I have some bookmarked here. Let me see if I could find them in... can I search my messages? Let me see. 1 second. Yeah, I'll probably just have better luck Googling. Elon Musk monkeys. Let me just see if I can find this for you. Okay, so here's some stories you can check out. Just type in what I did, Bob, and you could read in more detail. Elon Musk monkey. Never thought I'd type that in my life, but here, the gruesome story of how Neuralink's monkeys actually died, from Wired, not some kind of vegan activist website. It says right here, Elon Musk said no primates died as a result of Neuralink's implants, but a Wired investigation reveals the grisly specifics of their death. Do you see it? The very first result there. The Verge. Here are the details of the grisly deaths of Elon Musk's Neuralink monkeys. This is a known fact. He's denied that primates were killed, but there's a fact trail. There's evidence that lays bare the truth about the grisly deaths of these monkeys that supposedly never died and should have never had freaking implants inserted into their brains. They didn't ask for it. They didn't need it, but he did it because he's a sociopath trying to his goal is to put implants into just regular humans. They say that's for people who have diseases. No, that's not a business model. You're not going to make much money off that. The real money is putting it into regular just plain old people in general. But anyway, I thought I'd show you there's some easy stuff you can read there. If anyone disbelieves the animal abuse and cruelty that Elon Musk is directly responsible by his Neuralink experiments. Yeah, implants into chimpanzees' brains, killing them. And denying, and then he's such a narcissist or sociopath, he denies after like, no primates were killed, but they were abused, they were exploited, and then they were killed, and he denies the killing. Anyway, Bob, it's not for disease. Elon Musk is not like in this for healthcare reasons. I know they like to say that in their talking points. It will help some people with diseases. No, that's not going to make this a billion-dollar business. They're not doing it for the few thousand people that might have a brain disease that'll be bettered by it. That could be a side benefit, but that's not why they're in it. It's like Beyond Meat. They didn't make Beyond Burgers for vegans. That'd be such a tiny market. The way to really make money if you're Impossible or Beyond is to make a vegan product that any human, vegan or non-vegan, can eat. The Neuralink, yeah, you can put in people with certain limited brain diseases, but the true way to make a fortune off this is to get it into the brains of everyday people like you and me. So yeah, please don't try to justify this extreme animal cruelty and abuse by saying it's going to help a few people with rare brain disorders. And I'm not denying it. Again, it can't or won't help these people, but don't believe it for a second that Elon, in his compassionate heart, he's such a benevolent, charitable man that he wants to help these rare people with rare disease. No, he's there to make another fortune off planting these things into people's brains. General people, healthy people, and unhealthy people. So anyway, Yeah. So Bob's saying if it cures some diseases in a few people, I don't think that's justification because A, that's not his intent. That's not the motivation. It's just a side benefit. Anyway, let's move on. Why isn't Elon Musk in prison for animal cruelty? Because I think the kind of animal cruelty that Elon Musk has indeed committed here as, wrong place, is indeed not punishable. It's not a punishable offense, this particular kind of animal cruelty, unfortunately, because it was done in a research setting. I forgot, I think he did it with UC Davis. I forgot, I have to read the articles again, it's been a while, but it's pretty hard to get in trouble for animal cruelty in a research setting. Yeah, Bob is right there. It is legal to test on animals. That's why none of the researchers or Elon, the CEO of Neuralink, are facing any kind of criminal investigations or anything like that. Just the embarrassment of being a complete liar. That's it. But I don't think sociopaths like Elon Musk truly feel embarrassment like regular non-sociopathic humans like most of us do. So anyway, just imagine if it was people being tested on. At least Elon probably wouldn't kill the people after the testing, right? That's the thing. But he kills the animals after the testing. And in fact, the first humans to receive these implants, they're going to kind of be the human test guinea pigs. They're not going to kill them, obviously, but don't sign me up. You can get Bob and other people that love Elon's ethics and politics. You guys can be the first ones to sign up for a neural implant in your guys' brains, but count me out. I don't want to get brain chipped by Mr. X and have him implant his thoughts and beliefs and values into my brain or whatever he can try to hack. Anyway. Hey, Robert Bird. Thanks for joining us. So anyway, let's move on. Any other questions? Yeah, we talked about pooping, we talked about vomiting, and we followed it up with Elon Musk. Seems very fitting. Let's move on to something else. That's cool, Bob. You're not a fan of getting a brain implant courtesy of Mr. X. Cool, we can agree on that too. I'm not looking forward to... I'm not going to sign up, let's say, even if they paid me. No way in hell. And even if he had no bad intentions... it could be hacked, right, by someone else, but Russians, who knows, just some third party that he has no connection to that could hack your neural implant. Then what do? You just shut it off or something? I don't know. But anyway, I have no intentions. Yeah, Uncle, I saw the Disneyland ticket prices have gone up. The season pass that we have has gone up $50. Fortunately, we got ours already, so we're good for another year or so. So we'll make a decision next August if we want to continue on with the pass. And it's still a pretty good deal for Southern California residents. In fact, I heard Disney wants more people to buy that pass than the ones above it that cost a little bit more. Anyway, let's move on though. Hey, Michelle, animal testing is so wrong. We have the technology now to not have to do a lot of animal testing. I don't know how much of it can be simulated on computers. I actually follow someone on Facebook, a vegan, who's working at a tech company, a biotech company on the East Coast. That's their whole business, is to produce technology that would pretty much make obsolete animal testing. You can do all this stuff with via technological means than rather biological means. Yep. Why test on animals if they don't even have the same biology as us? Exactly. You can just have a supercomputer human body model and test on that. I'm with you, Robert. Hopefully it'll end soon. I agree 100%. Hopefully now. Sometime soon, with the technologies that we have now that we didn't have, like say in 1950 or whatever, 2023, 2024, it's a whole different ball game now. Technology is totally different. Our understandings of biology are totally much better than then. We should be able to use technology instead of actual biology. Peter, yes, I haven't made any progress on the Happy Fam Facebook page. That is on our back burner list of things to do, Peter. Yes, thanks for reminding me. Hold me to task on that. Let's see. Graham, I was tempted to get a Knott's Berry Farm pass, and in fact, I remember they were on sale not that long ago, like pretty cheap. But to be honest, the vegan offerings at Knott's are kind of not good, to put it nicely. And the reason why Angie and I like going to Disneyland is not for the rides. Often we'll go there and not even ride a single ride, or ride something that people, or go on a ride that people don't even consider a ride, like riding the double-decker bus down Main Street or something like that, you know. But yeah, we go there for the food. They're changing their menus constantly, and there's vegan options at most of the main restaurants there. So that's why we go. We go and check out the different seasonal vegan food offerings they have. But yeah, Knott's, you know, I thought we were lucky to find a burrito in that Fiesta Mexican American area. I forgot what it's called. But yeah, we saw some kind of Chipotle kind of thing going on there. But yeah, Knott's is kind of still not up to the modern times when it comes to having, you know, vegan options and ones that change with the seasons, let alone that. Anyway, AJ, your house is freaking freezing. Oh my goodness. So it's already autumn up there. Wow. Yeah, it's still pretty summery here. Let's see what tomorrow's weather forecast is going to be. Let's see. Tomorrow, 81. Today was 75. Tomorrow's going to be 81. Wow, Sunday's going to be 85. We're having a little heat wave here. 83 on Monday. Ugh. I don't like the hot weather. It makes it so much harder for me to get out into the gym. I have to wake up earlier to get out into my garage because it's just like a greenhouse effect in there. As soon as the sun gets up, it heats the roof, the windows let light in. It just heats up it becomes like 10 degrees hotter than it is outside really quickly. Cold in Boston too. Well, I guess autumn will come here. October often can be a quite warm month here in Southern California. This is not unusual. I'm ready. I'm ready for autumn. Let's see, Graham at Notch. You saw something about boysenberry and possible meatballs, but that might have been seasonal. That sounds good. Yeah, if they have some stuff like that, that's cool. But there just wasn't enough. Like at Disneyland and Disney California Adventure, they have it all over. Knott's, they just had very limited things, very few places. But I haven't been to Knott's in a long time, since like the 90s. So I really want to go again sometime. So I really want to go see the Calico Ghost Mine train. I remember digging that when I was a kid. So I really want to go to Knott's sometime. Oh, the VLAM. Yeah, I remember the humidity you were having this summer in Hong Kong sounded like almost unlivable on some days. So, wow. That's good. It's probably a nice time of year, I imagine. 45 degrees right now, AJ? Gosh, what is it here right now? It is 67 right now. 67 degrees right now at 7:45 p.m. Allison got rain today. Wow. Sarah, 57 and overcast in Mendo. Ah, sounds lovely. That sounds so lovely. That's another reason why I'm attracted to Marin. It's not quite that kind of weather there and that you have in Mendocino, but I still like the Bay Area weather. The fog that rolls in, which helps kind of regulate the temperatures, more or less, depends where you're at. But yeah, nice fresh ocean air. You're not like right next to a port like we are here. Did I ever go to Marineland in Palos Verdes? Yeah, I remember my parents took me, or was that? Yeah, it was Marineland. Like maybe twice when I was a kid. I barely remember it. But yeah, that was sort of out here in Southern California. Peter, if you want to go to a place where amazing vegan options, come to Vegan Campout in the UK, 50 vegan food stalls. Yeah, I was just talking to Mike the Vegan. Did you guys see? We shared on our community members only YouTube community tab page. Yeah, Angie, I think, shared the photo that we took with Mike and his wife. We met up Tuesday. We made it low key. We didn't do any vlogging or filming. We just hadn't seen each other in so long. I don't think I've seen Mike since 2019, and I don't think I saw his wife since like maybe 2017 or something like that. It's been a long time. So anyway, we all just hung out. We met in Temecula, in wine country in Temecula, and I just met Mike the Vegan. He drove out there from further south. He came from our area, kind of met in the middle, and we just chilled out, had some nice glasses of wine out in a beautiful, like 78 or 76 degree day out in wine country, and chilled out. And why was I talking about that? Oh yeah, he's talking about how his ordeal getting to vegan camp out this year. He said it was insane. Just so many things went wrong. He barely made it in time. Yeah, I agree with you, Dylan. Mike is great. That's why I drove an hour and a half to meet Mike, and he drove like an hour and 10, 20 minutes to meet me, me and Angie. He's good people. He's the kind of person I just like to hang out and be with. He's chill. He's not there to attack you. He doesn't have an axe to grind or some kind of agenda. Just a genuinely good person. Just good vibes. That's really the kind of person I like to hang out with, in real life. Someone who's got a good vibes, peaceful vibes. We're not trying to jockey for position and battle or be competitive or anything like that. Just two longtime friends, haven't seen each other for a while, just catching up, sharing our life experiences that we've had since we saw each other last, and enjoying it out in the beautiful wine country of Temecula in California, enjoying some artisan wine and catching up, and then having a nice vegan dinner not too far away either at a restaurant that has some amazing vegan options. So that was a fun ass day. That was Tuesday. I gave up my gym trip to see Mike on that day. So yeah, it was cool. Yeah, it's good to have a few real life friends, because most people I know, like Mike, don't live around me. I figure I have, like Angie and I point out, we don't really have a lot of friends around here, but I have a lot of people in my life that I like, but they don't live anywhere around me. So I kind of feel sort of isolated. Even though I live in this huge metropolis here, I feel kind of isolated because most people that I really enjoy the company of live far away from me. So it's kind of weird. But anyway, I'm glad he reached out and let us know that he and his wife were free for a couple days and wanted to hang out, and found a great day Tuesday and had a great time. I'm isolated in LA, Sarah. I totally am. Yeah, he's got some Midwest hospitality there. Good vibes. There's vegan groups and all that, Peter. Yeah, don't get me wrong. There's lots of vegan events here. I mean, we used to hang out in a big vegan scene, a lot of vegan pop-ups and vegan friends we made through the vegan scene, the vegan festivals out here. Don't get me wrong. We know a lot of people, but I didn't really craft any like buddies, like someone I just want to hang out with, like Mike or something like that, Maybe I'm weird. It's hard for me to get that, but a lot of people I met and liked, don't get me wrong, but someone like, yeah, just let's go out and have some wine, like something like that, That's how I felt. Oh, cool, VLAM. Me and Mike, us, Happy Healthy Vegan and Mike, were instrumental in turning you vegan. Awesome. Always good to hear that. I would like to point out, we didn't turn you vegan. You know that. We helped you. You said we were instrumental, so awesome. I told Mike too, come by to the live streams anytime, Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Just pop in for a few minutes, say hi. I'm sure all you guys would be happy to say hi to him. And just to show our support for someone like him, and just show my support for someone like him, the kind of vegan who I'm proud to associate with. I can tell you right now, I will never have to ban Mike the Vegan. He will never come to this live stream and start harassing you guys or harassing me and start lying and accusing me of all sorts of crazy nonsense with zero evidence. I'm never going to have to ban Mike. He's never going to come here and just be a jerk. I can tell you that. And I can also tell you, I will never have to make a video about Mike the Vegan when he says, why I'm no longer vegan. I know Mike will never make a video like that. So he's cool on both fronts. I can trust him on all those counts there. Oh, AJ, you only have one real life vegan friend and she lives in your small village of 3,000 people. Wow, she lives right there with you in upstate? Your one vegan friend is right there? That's awesome. Yeah, I don't think I have any vegan buddies out here in my town. Yeah, I mean, I know and new vegans. I don't really have a vegan bud besides Angie, Yeah, Robert. Yeah, that's what I like about Mike too. He's down to earth, like me. No, we're not show offs. We're not like trying to pretend we're like the greatest, coolest, smartest, badass people or anything. We're just people, just nice people, you know? Whatever happened to that on social media, right? Just like chill, nice, friendly people that aren't trying to pretend that there's something they're not and get all egotistic and narcissistic and stuff like that. I know that's what dominates social media these days. It wasn't like that when I got into it, but you know, it's cool to have some people that I respect on pretty much all levels. Ray, that's cool. You're very fortunate to have a big vegan group / community in Southeast Michigan. So it can be done anywhere. I know Bob kind of thought like veganism is something for the West and East Coast, the Midwest kind of excluded. No, right there in East Michigan, you know, you got a big vegan community. So that's awesome. Bill, it's called keyboard courage. They talk about the mean people. A lot of them are, we'll get all those sociopath narcissists in the comments, but there's plenty of them that are on social media. That's their platform. You know, I've had to block some vegan ones, you know, because they're so bad and out of hand. Do I like the idea of vegan street epistemology? Is that an actual channel or just a concept? Because, yeah, that sounds cool. That's kind of what, like, Joey Carbstrong and I guess Earthling Ed do out on the street. I do the same thing, but I do it in live streams when people come and try to debunk veganism. Oh, AJ's telling V Lamb, I would move to your little village right now. And yeah, AJ's saying, hey, they're seriously inexpensive here. And we're in the country. Yeah, that would be a shock for V coming from one of the most densely crowded, most densely populated cities on the planet, and with the tropical climate, going to the country and having it actually be like 45 degrees Fahrenheit right now this time of year. That could be a real shock. Let's see. Robert Bird says Australia is the most isolated. Well, as Graham points out, yeah, Perth, Australia, on the west coast, where like there's no other cities there, right? It's just like everything's on the east coast for the most part, slightly to the south, like Melbourne. But yeah, the west coast isolated. You got this big landmass and one little city, a decent sized city on the west coast. Yeah, that sounds like it would be pretty isolated. They say Hawaii is the most isolated landmass on Earth, if I'm remembering correctly, as far as like, you know, being connected to any distance, proximity to any landmass. Hawaii is just kind of sitting out there in the middle of the ocean. So I guess they're technically the most isolated. Oh, cool. Oh, I see, Dr. Bear. You're sharing about how you met Mr. Bear. You met through your shared interest of being massive nerds. Awesome. It's nothing, that's something to be proud of. Nothing shameful about being a massive nerd. You met at a mathematics research program. Eventually, you went vegan, and Mr. Bear went vegan too about a year later. Awesome. Yeah, I heard about Earthing Ed's new book, man. That's cool. I thought he got a big publisher for that, too. K. Farnan, come down and surf in SD. Actually, that's what Mike the Vegan tried. He was staying in that area with a relative, and he went rented a board and tried some surfing. I believe at Pacific Beach. Isn't that like a little Point Break down there? I've been wanting to get down there, but yeah, I don't have good racks. So I wouldn't want to bring my 9'10" board, having it flapping on the freeway. It would drive me insane. I guess I'd have to rent a board if I were to come down and surf in San Diego. Oh, VLAM, you have some experience. You've lived in a small town, and nowhere in the middle of nowhere is your jam. You lived in North Dakota for a while and loved it. Awesome. Well, I've never even been to North Dakota. Cool. Oh, Peter, recently Australia is hosting a vegan camp next month. Earthing Ed will be speaking at it. Awesome. Bob, Earthing Ed has hit big time. He has to be worth millions now. Probably. You know, that's like, to be a millionaire right now really isn't a lot. You know, like when I was a kid, if someone was a millionaire, it's like, whoa, that's crazy. That's like a million isn't really that much right now to someone, especially someone older. for their net worth to be $1 million. I would be surprised if Ed was not didn't have a net worth of at least $1 million. But that's just kind of relative. That's really not like what it, like I said, it's not like a wow or anything like that. But it's cool. I'm sure he is, Bob. Millions? Who knows? But I'm sure he's worth $1 million. I would gamble on that if I gambled. Ooh, you have a beach-themed guest room. That sounds amazing, AJ. Bill, 6% of the U.S. population make over $150K a year. Wow, is that a lot or little in your mind there? But that seems about right. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt the truthfulness or the factual accuracy of that statistic there, Bill. I'm just saying, yeah, if you're a little older as Ed, how old is Ed? I assume he's about 30 or something like that. Especially if once you're in your 40s or 50s, yeah, having a net worth of $1 million isn't that uncommon. In your 20s, yeah, for sure. It shows the massive wealth gap. Yeah, absolutely. 150K. Even in my most prosperous years, I don't believe I ever made anything around 150K. Okay, Ed is 40. Is that right, guys? Oh, so if Ed's 40, and considering all the various ventures he's done through his life, I would estimate he's probably got a net worth of being a technical millionaire in US dollars. I don't know how it works out in pounds. Allison, that's awesome. Yeah, be so rich you can donate a bunch. Yeah, in fact, I just did something. I was at my mom's house helping them with their... I've been doing a lot of financial work lately. Different sorts of financial work. That day I was helping them tie up the loose ends of their late income tax filing, answering questions that their accountants have for them. In fact, I was just communicating with their accountant today. Anyway, my mom said, yeah, every year she gives donations, and I saw what she's giving to. Now those suck. And I said, so let's do a donation right now. So I fired up Sail Ranch Sanctuary, which is out in Temecula, the wine country that, Mike the Vegan, and Angie and I all met up at. Anyway, I made a donation to Sail Ranch Sanctuary for my mom in Happy Holiday Vegan's name. So we just made a nice donation there because yeah, it's hard for us to donate, but we just barely get by, But my mom's doing a little bit better than we are, so we got her to contribute to help feed and take care of all those animals. And I see Peter gifted another membership, and who got it there? I thought I saw Kay Farnan. Awesome, Kay Farnan, welcome. Thanks, Peter, thanks so much, Peter, for doing that, for gifting a membership to Kay Farnan. But yeah, it's so expensive to live right now, guys. It really, really is. One of my something I just got into recently is I've been, we all have seen Reddit posts when we do Google searches, but I finally downloaded the Reddit app, and it's changed my life. I like it way better than Twitter. It's my go-to social media platform. I don't post on it. I'm just kind of lurking. But anyway, my point was, I read posts all the time about people that live in California, Southern California, Northern California, San Diego, Los Angeles, Orange County, San Francisco, Marin, just talking about how horribly crazy the cost of living has become. Not only just to buy a house, most people have just given up, but just even rent. People talking about how their rents are just rising like 10, 20, 40%, just to apply for an apartment. Someone was saying how they applied for 6 apartments this week, got none of them, but each application they had to give the landlord or whoever, the owner, $35 to $50 for these applications, and they later find out, oh, you don't make enough money, you need to make more money to afford this, or your credit score of 700 is not good enough, or whatever, just all these dumb excuses. So it's crazy. And I feel for all you guys, for all of us. I'm just very lucky that I was in a really lucky place in the year 2000 to be able to buy this house, or else I'd be so screwed, man. I have little nightmares sometimes thinking about what would our life be like if I had to go out and compete with everyone else at market prices right now, oh my God, we wouldn't be doing this channel right now. I'd have to find like a full-time job, you know. I couldn't just have these part-time things like, you know, happy, healthy, vegan and our music, and I'd have to just give that all up and like find some kind of thing to bring down some money. Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, for people like Bill. Lives on SSDI, about $20K a year. Are you in California, Bill, or are you in Oregon? I can't remember, because Oregon would be a little bit better. That'd be really tough to pull off in Southern or anywhere in California for that matter. And when I see Sarah pull a stat out here, like under 150K in the Bay Area is considered poor. Let that sink in. Yeah, absolutely. That's no exaggeration. Yeah, $100,000 salary in the Bay Area. It sounds great, right? Most of us, yeah, $100,000 job. Well, yeah, in San Francisco, Bay Area, you're going to have a hard time just paying rent with that, let alone the rest of your living expenses. Bob, people are paying $30 for fast food meals in Cali. What are you talking about? I go to fast food. I go to Del Taco, and for two of us, we're out in and out for about maybe $10 or something like that. I mean, you can if you buy the deluxe fancy stuff or something like that, but we're able to pull up to a Del Taco here in Southern California. I mean, it really is like McDonald's. Is that what you're talking about? Is it more expensive in California than it is in other states? If we went to Arizona, like McDonald's would be cheaper or something like that. I'm kind of wondering where you get your figures there, Bob. VLAM says you read that on Reddit, that troll low effort comments instantly get downvoted to oblivion. It's reversed on Twitter. Yeah, I guess that's one thing I like about Reddit. It's like the quality of the algorithm, like what it shows me as far as what people say, their words, the comments. I don't find all this wacky, zany, crazy conspiracy stuff. Yeah, you're right, that gets downvoted. It's like a community where common sense still kind of prevails to a large degree compared to like, say, like what's going on Twitter or what's been happening on Twitter. Yeah. So Bill, you live in a 15-foot by 20-foot studio with a shared kitchen for $740 a month. Wow, that is an amazing price. I know that's really small, but you're you have a great price. Was that California? Again, I can't remember what you said there. Eugene, Oregon. Okay, I'm not sure exactly how much lower cost it is to live in Eugene than here, but I'm sure it's quite a bit. So yeah, you don't want to come near California, Bill. Yeah, I know you like the Lakers, but no, it's crazy out here. I'm sure Eugene's gotten crazy too. I see people on Reddit from all across the country saying pretty much the same thing. Yes, some areas are crazier than others as far as how crazy the cost of living has gotten, but it sounds like an international problem. I saw England had it worse. England, the United Kingdom, as far as what your salaries are, how much people make versus what it costs to rent or live there. It sounds even worse in some European countries. It just sounds like an international problem right now. Graham says, yeah, Eugene is a nice college town. Yeah, one of my buddies went to University of Oregon there, but Oregon in general is definitely cheaper than California. Yeah, totally. Oh, Bend, Oregon too, huh? Bend is now crazy too. It blew up since you've been living there. I told you, I read it's the fastest growing city, I think, in the United States, if I remember right. It had some amazing stat, a really impressive stat. Allison says a single DoorDash order from a restaurant in downtown Victoria can easily be $30. But Bob is saying if you go to McDonald's, it's $30. I'm not sure how that works out. Yeah, $30 for a family maybe, right, Robert? Yeah, you can easily spend $30 if you're going there with like 4 buddies, right? You know? What's that? Like a little over $7 a person in tax. Yeah, totally. But one person or 2 people, $30 fast food, you're gonna have to be buying some deluxe stuff. It's so sad what they've done to the economy. Who are these they, Bob, that they've done to pretty much the global economy? It sounds like I watch one show I really enjoy watching, guys, is on HGTV, International House Hunters. Let me know if any of you guys out there watch International House Hunters. That's one show I've been watching for years, trying to get ideas of where I want to go live at in the future. I don't think I'm going to go internationally now, like I told you guys. But bottom line is, I still watch it, and no matter where they go, I don't care if you're going to Costa Rica, if you're going to Mexico City, if you're going to Portugal, if you're going to Spain, if you're going to the Gold Coast of Australia, which I just saw yesterday. Everywhere says, yeah, the market's been on fire for the past few years. Rental prices are up. Homes prices are up to buy. It's an international problem. So who are these they? Poor government central planning. So which government, Bob? The whole world? I'm saying every country I'm watching. I'm noticing a general consensus amongst all the realtors there is talking about how the market's on fire. Everything has gotten way more expensive. Rentals and buying. So who's responsible for that, Bob? Every government around the world's responsible for all this. Australia, Portugal, United Kingdom, Costa Rica, Mexico City, United States. I mean, everyone. I mean, something's going on. I don't know if it's the government's fault. I don't know who's at fault, but something is going on in the market forces that internationally right now. But yeah, it's most noticeable in high cost of living areas, because places that were already really expensive are now ridiculously crazy expensive. What's that, Dr. Bear? Sean Fain is your hero right now. Sean Fain, who's that? I appreciate him and auto workers demanding their fair share. Okay, is he an activist for the striking auto workers? The rest of us struggling is directly tied to corporate greed and has to stop. Yeah, I think that's probably a better explanation than Bob's thing about like government planning. It's market forces that are caused by corporate greed. I mean, I see it even on Reddit. Like, there's a landlord subreddit that gets suggested to me, and landlords just feel like they can raise rents right now just because every other landlord's doing it. Why should this landlord be the cool one that makes less money? No, they're raising their rents because they can. It's just a greed thing, you know. It's like they feel like they're leaving money on the table. Some feel like, you know, I have good tenants, but you know, they've been here a year and a half, but I feel like I need to raise the rent because everyone else has been raising the rent. People are just being greedy. I don't know how government planning or central banks or whatever can do anything about that. It's, you know, it's just people are able to get away with greedy things like that right now. Well, that's true, Carl Baum. Corporate profits, because I follow, you know, the equity markets. Yeah, corporate profits aren't necessarily like skyrocketing like way better than they were, say, a few years ago. But that could have something to do with inflation eating into their profits too. So, bottom line is, yeah, prices are going up. People are paying for them, and that's part of the problem too, is inflation. Peter, would I ever live in a van to save money? I hope not. I'm too old for that, Peter. I'm 56 years old. If you're like 18 or 25, say, living in a van, totally cool. That's bohemian. It's romantic. It's awesome. When you're 56, that's not that cool. It's not a good thing. So no, I hope I don't ever have to live in a van. I'm going to keep living here for a long time. You know, I have some plans to move, hopefully, in, you know, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 years time. That'll be then, when I get to that stage in life, when I can like fully kind of retire. I hate that word, but it's more retired than I am now. But for right now, I'm going to stay here and take advantage of the fixed living costs that I have here by having a home with a mortgage that's, you know, really low and tied to a price that I paid for this house in the year 2000. I mean, you can't find a condominium for the price of anywhere like when I got this house for back then. Heidi, you'd live in a van or yurt? Awesome. Yeah, I bet you're younger than me, Heidi. Let me take a guess. Maybe not. I just think for me, in my 50s, nah. Sarah, I need a garage and an AC. No way around that. Yeah, for me, yeah, AC for sure. Especially living in a warm place like here, Southern California. You need AC. Bob, did you call me babe? Let's see. Will I pay off my mortgage before I move? It depends when I move, Uncle. Right now, I have 9 years left on my mortgage, so maybe if I'm here longer than 9 years. All I know is the closer I get to that 9 years, the less I owe the bank, the more equity I will have. The longer I wait, the more money I'll have coming to me, I guess, when I move eventually. But if I don't, I can live here completely free, except for property taxes, insurance, stuff like that. But yeah, mortgage, rent free. We'll see how that all works out. Yeah, we're not quite there yet. No reason to move, says Graham, if you're getting the benefits of Prop 13. Yes, there is, Graham. Are you aware of Prop 19, which is awesome? Because before Prop 13, Prop 13, if you guys don't know, is a California measure that the voters passed here in the 70s, which made what we pay here for our homes, our house property tax, tied not to the current market value, like most of you guys. I know, people say, oh, move to Texas. It has no state sales tax or whatever. But the property tax is what kills you, because there, what you're paying for property tax is what your house is worth now, not what it was when you bought it. So since I bought mine 20 years ago, they adjusted it maximum of 2% a year. So I'm still paying for a really cheap home. Now I'd have to be paying for a home that's worth almost maybe $1 million, maybe 900,000. I don't know what it's worth, but not it's tripled since when I got it. So that property tax would kill me and force me out. So you're right, Graham. But Proposition 19 lets Californians move. Once you're age 55, you can whatever you sell your house for, that becomes your new property tax base, and you can move to a new city and bring that property tax with you. So if you buy a home of equal value of what you sold yours for, your property tax stays the same. It'll still be that year 2000 price. Or if your new home's $100,000 more, we'll just add $100,000 on top. So that's what's making moving to somewhere in California kind of attractive for me, because of the Proposition 19 that just passed a couple years ago. This is really complicated stuff. I've spent so much time researching so many things about real estate and finance over the past year. Yeah, Sarah, I'm with you. When we moved here, I learned really quickly about AC. I either need to move to another city that's much cooler. And back in our early few years in the house, I was thinking, maybe I'll move to Central California. I really had my eye on Morro Bay / Los Osos, because it had year-round really cool temperatures, and the cost of living of the homes was less than Long Beach. So I could live there for less money and have no need for air conditioning. I figured it'd just be easier to save up some money and get air conditioning put in here, which I'm taking advantage of right now, because this room is a little heat box. It's so well insulated for music that heat gets trapped in here. Yeah, Robert, check it out. Yeah, Prop 19. If any of you guys live in California, check out Prop 19. There's a lot to it. There's several components to Proposition 19, but the one that affects me the most is the ability to take your property tax basis with you. You can do this up to 3 times. You can move 3 times after the age of 55, starting at 55. And I'm 56 now, so I'm in the category for taking advantage of that. Yeah, Dr. Bear, intense heat is bad for older people, and it's horrible for taller people too. I've noticed I succumb to the heat more so than more people I know who are smaller than me. I just don't do well in the heat. Sarah, you built a nice nut for yourself over 30 years investing. Yeah, for all you young people watching, throw $10,000 into a diversified mutual fund or ETF, like an S&P 500 index or something like that, and just let it go, or contribute a little bit all the time and come back in 30 years like Sarah's talking about, and that'll be a lot more. I've started, I told you, I've made my first investments in the stock market in the 90s, but I cashed out to put a down payment on this house. I still have investments, but that's what I did with my first investment. I kind of turned it into a down payment. And this house, I told you, is tripled, maybe quadrupled almost since I got it. Probably definitely tripled. So yeah. And I just been living there. I haven't doing anything other than just like taking care of it. Anyway, let's move on. I want to talk about property and homes and all. I'm just sharing a little bit of my life situation with you because we're all stuck in this thing called high inflation right now and high cost of living, and it's a problem. It's a problem for most of us. Carl, your parents in California bought their home in 1966 for $32,000. And yeah, they definitely benefit from Prop 13. Yeah, my mom bought her house in the early 70s for roughly that price too. And yeah, she's clearly benefiting from it. I thought I saw a property tax and it's way less than mine, you know? So yeah, it does help people. But its point was to make sure that people aren't forced to like leave their homes because their homes increase in value, and whereas their salaries might not have changed much or maybe even gone down, and they wouldn't be able to afford the new property tax bill. So that's why they passed that. And that's one reason why California is a great place for people to retire, despite what you hear all these people say, you got to leave California, taxes are too high. Well, yeah, they don't have Prop 13 in any other state that I'm aware of. Yeah, Robert. Yeah, shares are great if you leave them be. Don't sell them. Unless there's some extremely compelling reason, but don't sell them. What's that, VLAM? The only thing you have to worry about is there won't be a habitable Earth in 30 years' time. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely true. You know, probably will be. It might take a little longer than that, hopefully. I know. Exactly. But I feel for all the young people being born or that have been born in the past like 5-10 odd years, you know, they're really going to see some climate issues as they when they're my age, let's say. Like we're already seeing stuff now and it's going to be way crazier and way worse. Produce on pills. You don't like heat? Oh my God, you can trace places with me. I think I like a Goldilocks kind of temperature, Produce. I like the climate along our California coast. Unfortunately, Long Beach was the best I could afford. Long Beach is the least expensive real estate market on the California coast that I'm aware of. I don't think there's a cheaper place to buy a house along the coast in California. But I'm hoping to go somewhere where it might be a little cooler, more cooler northern, more coastal climate, or Hawaii. We'll see how it all works out. Reverse mortgage. Yeah, I've heard some good things about reverse mortgage when you're older. I don't think I'm quite there yet, Bob. Robert, you have compulsory retirement fund in Australia? Wow, that's cool. I thought I saw our governor here trying to make something like that happen, because not everyone has a job here in the United States where you have a company that sets up a 401k retirement a plan for you, and they even match some of your funds or whatever. You have a lot of people that work jobs where that doesn't happen, and they're at like me, at a complete disadvantage when it comes to retirement time. All the people that had regular kind of corporate jobs, cushy government jobs, they have pensions, they have retirement funds, but people that are working for themselves or work for smaller companies, they're screwed when they hit retirement age. So I saw our governor is trying to work on some kind of plan that all people can kind of contribute as if they had a company helping them with that. So much for our communism, Bob. Yeah, Dr. Bear, yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, sadly, the projections that climate scientists have made have either been true or an underestimate of the effects of climate change. So yeah, 30 years can be... things could be really bad. What's a disaster, Bob? That people have retirement accounts, that people will have access to a retirement savings account who currently don't have one? That's what I'm saying. Like people can set up their own a brokerage account, a taxable brokerage account, but that doesn't have the advantages of a retirement account or 401k. So our governor is talking about making it so that people who don't have that from their employer can have it with the state, contribute legally into retirement account funds. How would that be a disaster? That would actually help everyone else, so we don't have all these broke retiring people. That's going to be a strain on the economy. Sarah, I can't disagree with that the Earth and humans look kind of doomed. Yeah. That's why I feel for all the younger generation right now, because we're seeing some crazy stuff happening and it's only going to get worse. Bob, we're not talking about the government creating wealth. We're talking about the government creating what's missing right now, a legal way for those that don't have cushy employer 401k accounts to have one through the government, since they're not getting them at, say, when they go to their job as a plumber, or their job as a YouTube content creator, or their job as a music producer. We don't all have 401k accounts, and what's going to happen to us when we retire? So they should be us people who don't have these cushy benefits because we don't have that kind of job. We should be able to have retirement plans or retirement vehicles for savings. How is that bad, Bob? Let me tell you. Please explain how that's a bad thing. If the government could facilitate that for people, it doesn't cost them anything. Just helps them. It just sets the process up. Anyway, I don't want to talk about this. I don't understand why you're against people saving money. How is that a horrible thing? People saving money in a tax advantaged way. How is that communism? Well, California has a lot of money, Bob. We're not a broke state. We're the 5th largest economy in the world. So we have the funds. We're a very wealthy state. We have money for it sounds like we probably have the money for some kind of statewide healthcare system. You can do a lot if you're the 5th largest economy in the world. So it's not the government. We're talking about California. We're richer probably than where you're from, Bob. I'm not trying to shame you. I'm just saying it's a fact. We're the 5th largest economy on this planet. We have money. Not we, but California. California takes in a lot of money. And how much money would that really cost, to help people set up accounts for retirement savings? That doesn't sound like, it's not like a grand infrastructure project. We're not talking about building highways or dams or something like that. We're talking about setting up electronic accounts where people can deposit money. It's not like a huge drain, It's funny how Bob's against things like that. Why is Bob against Californians being able to access savings retirement vehicles, whereas their jobs could not or won't provide them with such? How is that a horrible thing? How is that communism? This is ridiculous. Yeah, good point, Graham. Bob is a useful person to have here. If you disagree with him, you can be sure you're right. I don't see which side, whatever side of the political aisle you're from, whatever your political beliefs are, why is it wrong for people who don't have access to retirement savings accounts to be given them? How is that a left or right thing? It just seems, I don't care what your politics are, it's a human thing. People should be able to have money when they retire. Yeah, Peter, anyone could get banned at any time. Even happy fams can, Peter, totally. People can save for the retirement on their own. They can, Bob, but are you aware of the tax advantages you have from legal retirement accounts? We're talking about 401ks, IRAs, Roth IRAs. So anyone could open up a brokerage account for sure, but you just can't open up a 401k. But if you have a job that has a 401k, you put money into that and you can max that out. Your company often matches that. So that's an advantage right there. And then on top of your 401k, you can contribute to your own tax advantaged individual retirement account. There's all these benefits you get, but Bob doesn't want people to do that, Yeah, you can always save, but it's much easier if it's part of your weekly paycheck. They take it out before taxes. So Bob's talking about having the money taxed and then putting it away. It's totally not, if you don't understand how accounting works, Bob, it's a total disadvantage the way you're describing it. To save for it after taxes. But all you guys have nice jobs with a 401k. You guys know that money comes out before you get taxed. Okay, let's move on. We didn't want to make this accounting 101, but Bob wants poor people to be more poor, have their more money taken out of their paychecks, and get it taxed, and then put it away in retirement at a disadvantage. Anyway, let's move on. That's not communism. He just wants the rich to get richer and the poor to get poorer and further divide us with this inequality, this wealth gap, make it even wider. But good point, Uncle. Regardless of whatever your situation is, whether your job gives you an opportunity for putting money in a 401k or not, yeah, Uncle nailed it. Learn to save, start early. That's what Sarah's been doing. It's not a bad idea. Graham, if you're repeating a billionaire talking point, you're probably not in the right, maybe, huh? Bob, I don't believe these policies make people better off. You don't believe people having the ability to save money for retirement makes people better off? Please explain to me how not having money when you retire makes you better off. Please explain to that how being poor when you retire makes you better off. I would love to hear that one. Okay. Only people that have like cushy jobs should be able to retire in some kind of financially stable way. Allison, yeah, if you can not grow old, I would advise you, if you can, don't get old. What's Dr. Bear saying? Is Dr. Bear, is Bob moving into ageist classes territory? That does go against our live stream rules. So I just want to see him argue why it would be better for people to not have retirement savings, tax advantage retirement savings, than not. I just want to see how that's going to work out. Anyway, So Mindful, in Durango, you're saying there's a 65-year-old barista who's retired but works at Starbucks for $20 an hour a week to afford health insurance. Good for you, Heidi. If you can avoid aging, go for it. Totally. I'm trying my best here without spending $1 million a year on my body like that one crazy tech guy is doing. Sarah, yeah, everyone has their own number they're comfortable retiring with. The differences are interesting. Does anyone know, is the Kaiser walkout still going on? I thought it's over. Is that correct, guys? Did I see that in the news recently? I think it was just a few days. Let me know. So Robert, you're going to retire with 600,000. What is that? 600,000. Are you from Australia or United States, Robert? $600,000, and that's without your other savings. That's going to be tight. Sounds like a lot, but yeah, way the cost of living is now. But yeah, if you can have certain things already taken care of, like not having a mortgage payment or rent, like that helps out. Sorry, you're shocked you made it past 30. Me too, huh? Yeah, protect those telomeres, VLAM. Let's not age, huh? What are these mandatory contributions Bob's talking about? What is Bob talking about? Mandatory contributions? The government raids these funds and often gets poor returns. Bob, we're not talking about mandatory returns. Like when you have a job like I've had, where you have a 401k where you can have money taken out of your paycheck pre-tax, which is a huge advantage. It's not mandatory. You don't have to. You don't have to opt into the company's 401k. It's not mandatory that anyone takes any money out of your paycheck as far as 401k goes. What are you talking about? Mandatory contributions? No, voluntary. You put in as much as you want. What are you talking about? Did you even understand how this works, Bob? How retirement savings works? You're talking like you do, but you're sounding like you don't. Yeah, Michelle, there's people that of all ages, 70s, that continue to work because they can't afford to retire. What's up, Peter? Really horrible in Canada. Some people aren't considered assisted suicide because the cost of living is so crazy. Wow. No, Bob, no one's saying the government's going to kill him. Individual people are considering that. Oh, okay, yeah. Social Security deductions are taken out of your paycheck. And last time I checked, yeah, it's going to still be solvent by the time I'm 62, so I should be getting a little something then. Same with Angie, so I'm glad they took that stuff out of my paycheck all those years, because I'm getting a little bit back in a few more. Okay, yeah, Bob's getting out of hand. He's saying, so the government will kill people who are poor in Canada. Peter didn't say anything of the sort. He said people are so desperate to make a living because the cost of living is so high where they live. That's not only true in Canada, but as we talked about, it's a global problem. As some people don't have many options and have considered physician-assisted suicide as an option because they don't see how they're going to make it. So why are you saying such a mean and horrible and false thing to Peter? Yeah, time him out. That's worthy of timeout because that's not even remotely what Peter said or suggested. And I don't know how Bob, with any good conscience, twisted that around to say the government's going to kill people. That's not what Peter said. Yeah, VLAM, lying is not tolerated here. Not now, but lying is not tolerated here. That's not anything what Peter said. Nothing. So I don't know where you're getting that, because some people in Canada have considered physician-assisted suicide because the cost of living is so insane that the government is going to kill these people. That is just nutty, wacky, zany Looney Tune. Peter didn't say anything of the sort, and there's nothing like that, no program of the sort happening in Canada. Anyway, yeah, VLAM, lying is not tolerated. And Dr. Bear adds, yes, as I'm saying, come back when you've got some reading comprehension skills, Bob. I don't know how you misconstrued what Peter said there. And I don't understand why you're against people being able to have a vehicle, a proper legal vehicle for tax advantage retirement savings. People who don't have access to it right now because they don't have a cushy office job or whatever that offers that. Anyway, at what age do I plan on start taking my Social Security? I'm going to start it as soon as I turn 62, right off the bat, right away. Yeah. What's your idea, Uncle? Let's see, Peter, this must be a new function, but it now gives me a timeout limit to choose from. Oh, that must be a new function, Peter. I didn't know that. How much can I time a person out? I choose 10 minutes for Bob Hill. Wow, I'm going to see that. I'm going to just go look really quickly. Let's see. I was trying to put him in timeout again to see if I could change the time, but he's already in timeout, so I can't do anything. But if you want to know why, if you're watching, Bob, because you totally misrepresented what Peter said. There's no government plan to kill poor people. I don't know how you pulled that out from what he said. That's just boggles my mind. Anyway, let's see. You're going to start it at 70 and get the max. That's cool. If you guys, younger people, don't know, yeah, if you wait till you're 70 to take Social Security, it's way more money than if you start taking it at the earliest age of 62. I know we're boring all the Gen Zers here, right? You know, but anyway. Graham says, why would you time out Bob? I haven't seen a word he's typed up. Good for you, Graham. We all have the freedom to block people who we don't want to see. You know, I have the freedom to block people who come into my YouTube channel and with the intent just to try to throw some hate my way or our way. People will come just to piss us off intentionally. I'm not here for like good, with good intentions. We can do that. Dr. Bear says, yes, Graham, blocking Bob has made the live streams a much better experience for you. Absolutely. But yeah, Robert, yeah, having $1 million plus to retire is a better situation for sure. Let's see. Yeah, and if you're not seeing all the chat, I see this suggestion there from Carl. Yeah, you can switch at the top live chat to top chat or something like that, or vice versa. I have mine on live chat, so I see all the comments. But yeah, it's because Graham's blocked Bob. That's why. Oh, something slows aging there, V? I'll check that out. I'm going to check out that iodine supplement recommendation that I saw earlier. That's the one I'm most excited about. Yeah, Dr. Bear is telling Peter, yeah, they're choosing to bend to the will. Governments and policymakers are choosing to bend to the will of billionaires and big corporations rather than care for the vulnerable, like a government is supposed to do. But we can't say that, huh, Dr. Bear? That makes us leftist or something like that. If you say something like that, government helping people, like, whoa, no, the government's not bending to the will of billionaires and corporations. No, of course it is. Oh, we've talked about some weird stuff again tonight, huh? Pooping, vomiting, retirement, savings, it's all tied together though. The last two stuff, cost of living, retirement, it just shows what a strain our finances for most of us are experiencing because of all the pressures that we're facing because of the crap economic situations that are in place right now, and most of which are due to, as Dr. Bear was saying there, how governments are making policy based on the wills of billionaires and giant corporations rather than the needs of the citizens that they should be working for. Chris Hedges. Who's Chris Hedges, Bill? What's up, Peter? The government aren't killing people directly, yeah, exactly. They're not killing people, but they're giving some people very few options. Like they're considering killing themselves. It's like they're killing them, but no, yeah, not really. Produce not pills. You're not trying to trigger me or whatever. Try a fasting protocol. Like water or juice fasting for the experience to see if I feel any better after. I already feel good. Produce not pills. I really don't think I have any desire to do some tweak. I've heard that argument too. Like, not to say you would give this, but some people say, hey, don't you want to eat a little piece of meat, just a little bit, to see if you feel better? Like, I feel great, and why would I want to have a dead animal a living animal be exploited and turned into a dead animal so I could see if I feel better when I already feel good? It's not like I have some kind of problem or issue or something like that, and I'm grateful for that. Knock on wood, So I already feel pretty damn good, especially at my age. I'm pretty active. I'm pretty athletic. My mind is pretty tight. No, I don't see any problem that I want to like address or correct or something like that. Does that make sense? Putting out pills, but you're not triggering me. I'm just saying I don't. Things are working. They're clicking fine for me. And Michelle, yeah, the longer you're vegan, the more repulsive meat is. But she wasn't suggesting meat. She was suggesting like some kind of fasting thing or anything. What? No, for the size of my body here, 6'4.5", 197 pounds, the amount of physical activity I do in a typical day, either playing basketball or resistance training or plyometrics, I need calories. I can't fast. I wouldn't be able to function. I wouldn't be able to make videos. I wouldn't be able to do music. I wouldn't be able to do all the financial work I've been doing for my mom. And all her businesses lately. I don't see how I'd do it. I'd just be sitting there fasting and low energy. So I actually, no desire. Everything's pretty good. Yeah, I know it's an experiment, but yeah, I don't feel a need to do that kind of experiment. I do other experiments. I do experiments in my training to see, if I do this instead of that, let's see if that'll help me with my vertical, or will that help me with my conditioning, or will that help me with some other thing? So I'm experimenting all the time with training, but not with diet. I have diet dialed in really, really well. I know what my body needs. I know how much calories and food I need to have the kind of energy I require to be able to function in the way that I'm accustomed to. So yeah, I'm not too keen on tweaking that and intentionally starving myself or fat, whatever you want to call it, having way fewer calories than my body's needing to have. So no, I have no, I'm trying to say that very politely. If you like that, totally cool. I know some of our longtime viewers like that sort of thing, and I respect that, and I'm not going to tell them to stop. But I'm talking about me, just Ryan, not you, just me. I'm cool. Yeah, I'm at a healthy weight, 6'5", 197 pounds, and I know it works for me because I told you I defend people on the basketball court who are lighter than me, younger than me, quicker than me. I'm able to keep my feet moving, keep my body in front of them, and make their life a living hell when I'm on defense. So that's my goal, to be able to still be extremely competitive at basketball. People don't need to dumb down their game to play the old slow guy. No, that people, when they see me, I'm tall as the guys they see on TV. I have the same height and body weight that many college and first, second year pros have. They don't see me as someone to take it easy on. They take it hard at me. They don't care about my age. I need to be in tip-top shape to be able to accomplish my goals out there. Let's see, whatever experiment with, I will tweak some things, produce not pills. I've done a few little stints where I'll have oatmeal instead of smoothies. Yeah, for sure. I'll do things like that. But as far as doing a radical change, no. But tweaks, yeah, 100% produce not pills. Yeah, my mind is still open to tweaks and experiments, but not like a radical thing like eating one half the calories that I'm used to eating or something like that. Oh, I don't know how to measure my metabolic age, VLAM. Good question. How do you do that? Should I Google that? Living hell. I did say that, Sarah. That is my goal. Seriously. That is my goal when I play basketball. The guy I'm defending, be it a game of 1-on-1 or 3-on-3, I want it to be a living hell for them. I want to pressure them at all times. I'm going to force them to take horrible, low percentage shots. That's my goal. They're not going to beat me on offense. I'm going to make it tough, Anyway, defense wins games, guys. Seriously, defense wins championships, even though I'm not in that kind of league or anything like that. But yeah, it's all about D. If your opponent ain't scoring, he ain't going to beat you. That's my philosophy. What's up, Peter? Ever tried to eat for a little? Is it possible? To see if you can eat for $5 a day or something. No, I've never done any experiments like that, Peter, but I know it can be done. I know I can live pretty cheaply off potatoes, beans, and rice, which I eat pretty much every day. In fact, that's what I'm going to go heat up right now when I get done with this live stream in a few minutes. Khichdi, which is mung beans, basmati rice, kale, cucumbers, and carrots. Yeah, I think that's everything. And some cabbage. Yeah, really cheap stuff, So I know it can be done. All those ingredients there probably cost about maybe $6-7. And it provides 4 meals. Angie and I will both have a big bowl of it. We'll have a big bowl of it on one day, and usually the next day we'll each have another serving each. So that's 4 servings for $6, that's pretty amazing. Who is my defensive player hero from the NBA? Well, on the Lakers, I really love watching Jared Vanderbilt. I like watching him because he's like me. He's like me but bigger. He's 6'9" He's long and lean. He's got muscle. He's a pro player, but he's not he doesn't look like a bodybuilder or something like that. He's pretty lean. And he guards, if you watch the Western Conference playoffs last year, he was guarding Steph Curry, who was shorter than me. I like watching a big dude be able to guard and shut down or make life tough for smaller guys. Marcus Smart on the Celtics, I enjoy watching him play. Alex Caruso, who was a Laker, now with the Bulls. I don't think he got traded. I always liked watching him play. Those are the few that come to mind. I always liked watching Kobe when he could do his lockdown defense. That's my idol right there, when Kobe was just locking down a defender. So yeah, I love defense. Not to say I don't like offense too, but I love defense. I feel like that's my strongest thing, where I can combine my skill, my experience, my physical attributes of size and foot speed. I'm a decent, and my length. I'm a decent defender. Was that a big bowl or a bong? Huh? I kind of did both there, Produce Not Pills. I went for a bowl motion. I made like a bong. I don't know what I was emulating there, huh? I kind of got confused. But both of those can have a bowl, right? Like a pipe or a bong. You have a bowl that you put the fine tobacco in. Anyway. Yeah, it's a good experiment, Produce Not Pills. Yeah, just experiment little things like that, not having no onions or garlic. But yeah, for me, fasting, stuff like that, that's more than a tweak right there. How do you spell kitchery? Yeah, it's the first spelling there. That's how I spell kitchery. Oh, VLAM, you can calculate your metabolic age from your BMR, like your basic... Is that like your resting heart rate or not your digestion when you're not doing anything? Wait, BMR, basal metabolic rate, is that what that is? You see, I'm not a medical doctor or health expert or anything like that, but I'll look that up. I'll see if I can calculate my metabolic age just for the hell of it, right? I'm sure there's some calculators out there. Basal metabolic rate, I'm sure there's some calculators out there. And how do you measure basal metabolic rate? It's not your resting heart rate, is it, VLAM? Let me know. Kitchery, it's what I'm gonna have for dinner tonight. Let's see, it's in the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook, the first one. If you want a link to it, I will provide it for you here. It's a traditional Indian dish, like from India, no soak kitchery, right here. So you got your mung beans and rice, basmati rice. I think you see some carrots there, but there's some other veggies in there too. And yeah, we made it a couple nights ago. And let me put a link to the book really quickly here, in case anyone wants to get this, any of our books. And it's the Happy Healthy Vegan. Here we go, shop.happyhealthyvegan.org. And they put it here, our books. Yeah, kitchery is wonderful, Bill. I love it. Have it pretty much every week. And it's one of the few meals that I'm really good at making. Angie doesn't have to make any food on kitchery nights. Snickerdoodle cookies, never heard of them. Your bathroom scale calculates BMR for you, so it's based on body weight? Huh, that's cool. I'll look into that, VLAM. I'll see if I can calculate my metabolic age. Maybe I can get the data I need to plug that into some kind of calculator for that. All right, I guess I should get going, guys. You guys have been awesome. This has been great. No one tried to debunk veganism tonight. We had no trolls. Well, maybe we had one. I'm not sure, but it was pretty chill. He apologized and bailed. And, you know, I'm sorry, Bond, if you're watching. If you weren't trolling, you can come back anytime. It's totally cool. No hard feelings or anything. So I want to thank all our moderators tonight. Maybe there were some trolls and you guys blocked them out. I didn't see them. So thanks so much, Uncle. Thanks, Peter, for being here. Appreciate you guys just making this community, just protecting this community, keeping us safe from harassment and attacks and just people that have you know, it's just bad intentions when they come here. So thank you so much. And the rest of you guys, you know, thank you for bringing your good intentions here, your good vibes. I think that's what brings a lot of us back every Friday, our little cult here, our little vegan cult where we get together and chill and appreciate everyone for being who they are. We appreciate everyone for all their individuality and their you know, everyone does it different. Like Produce Not Pills wants to fast or something. That's cool. You know, I'm not gonna, and we all respect and appreciate that diversity. So thanks, guys. I'm not sure what my next video is going to be. If you have any ideas, Peter, send me something on Instagram. I actually need your help. I need another video idea for next week. So if you got one for me, Peter, even if it's a Piers Morgan one I haven't done yet, send it to my IG messages and I will take a look. So yeah, if anyone's new, yeah, we do this every Friday. We started about 3 hours ago. So whatever time it is now, subtract about 3 hours. That's when we start every Friday. And we usually go for about 2 hours. But today was so chill and peaceful. And Sarah's here. We missed Sarah for the past couple of weeks. So we had to keep going strong while Sarah's here. So yeah, so thanks, guys. Thanks so much. I am starting to sound like I'm getting what's that? Just like delirious from hunger. So I'm starting to feel my gym trip right now. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thanks for being you. Thanks for being peaceful, nice, chill, fun people. The kind of people I like being around, like Mike the Vegan. And I'll see you guys next Friday, and hopefully before that with a video. Hey, Ray just bought a book, right? Ray, if you're watching right now, thanks for buying. I think you just bought the book I just showed there. You want to learn how to make khichdi, you got it there. And if you want some tips, let me know. I think we've refined the recipe even more tight since the book's publication. So I'll give you all my latest tweaks, Ray. So just come back next after you got the book, and I will share with you, Ray. So thank you so much, and I'll try to do another live stream so we can hit Europeans. I'll try to come on earlier, and I'll try to get Angie involved for a members only live stream. I guess Bob might show up to that maybe too. That'll be interesting. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for you guys being you, and I will see you very soon, probably next Friday soon. All right, guys, peace out. Oops.